My name.
Milk Crate Marauder is the shit.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
You got some big testicles to pull this off, bro.
I'm running things. I'm running things.
You should come around.
So you moved in about a year ago.
Yeah.
You'd seen it
Milk crate
around, right?
When I moved there, only because he was my neighbor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What was he like?
Cool. He wasn't no freak of nature. He was like me and you, because he talked about the same thing you talk about. He talked about you. You know what I mean? You know, regular stuff, bro.
So yesterday, what happened?
Yeah, you gonna love this. I'm gonna tell it all. Around 3 o'clock, I was on my porch, and the mailman put his mail in my mail. A couple minutes later, he pulled up. He checked the mailbox, grabbed his mail before he went in the house. I said, "Here go your mail." And we just had the same conversation when I handed him the mail. He said, "They can't get it right." I said, "Nope, damn postal service." That's it. He left. I jumped on my bike, went to McDonald's, came back home. I'm in my house. A car had hit a kid, which made me, you stop eating. You know, what the hell was that? That. So when I got up, I saw my neighbor across the street. He run across the street, and I'm like, where are you going? Because ain't nobody next door, and I know ain't nobody over there. And I saw him run across the street, and I went outside and wondered what he was doing, and he either don't know English that well or panic. But he just looked at me, and that's all he did. So here I come with my, half-eaten Big Mac. And I look, and I say, "Well, what's up?" And he won't let me out. I say, "Well, you ain't got to talk no more. Come on." She grabbed her baby, but threw me off. All right, so fine. I got jumpsuit, the white tank top on, rings on, mascara, well-groomed. That's what I'm saying. That's what threw me off. Like, I'm in here trapped. I'm like, well, so maybe you got a boyfriend problem. But I'm thinking, I know who lives here, and he's 50-something. You know, he can't be him. Maybe you're dating his son.
And you'd never seen her before?
Bro.
In the year that you'd been there?
Bro, listen, never. He had 2 dogs. I know it's them. They do the same thing. Play in the backyard for a couple hours, go back in the house. Same thing every day. The neighborhood knows them as
Marauderz.
So, it's no big deal. I thought. Now, I'm nervous as hell, so I'm fumbling with my phone. So, I finally go across the street and use their phone. Now, we both calling. She deal with a moron, me too.
You said there were, what do you mean a moron?
Idiot.
I heard the 911 call for her.
Imbecile.
And the woman kept being
Why do you
like,
have that damn job?
The woman was like, "Oh, hang up and wait for the police."
Really? How about stay on and I'll talk to me till they get there?
Right. So you called 911. How quickly did the police get there?
You know why they got there so fast? Because I said moron. Because I said, hey, white tank top, blue sweatpants, nice tennis shoes, nice, ponytail. What else? Oh, right. She panicking, idiot. That don't ring no damn bells, you being a cop and all?
But when you first saw her and she said the name,
Milk crate.
It didn't know. Because I bro, this is Cleveland. So didn't register with.
What does it feel like to have been living next to this for a year?
See, that's why now I'm having trouble sleep. See, up until yesterday, the only thing that kept me from losing sleep was the lack of money. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could have done this last year, not this hero stuff. Just do the right thing.
Do you feel like a hero?
No.
A lot of people
No, bro. I'm a Christian and American. You gotta put that being a coward and I don't want to get nobody's business. You got to put that away for a minute.
Because you know how it is. There's a lot of people that turn the other way
and have some cojones.
Keep walking down the street.
That's all it's about. It's about cojones on this planet.
There was a reward for finding her.
I tell you what you do, give it to them. Because if folks been following this case since last night, and you've been following me since the last night, you know I got a job anyway. Just wouldn't pick it up. Paychecks. So yeah, take that reward and give it to that little girl came out the house and she was crying. And I'm looking at it, right? And I'm like, well, your mama trying to help you, girl. Shut up. I don't know, right? And she say, I want my daddy. And I said, who's her daddy? She said,
What you talking about? Milk crate.
yeah. I said, well, how's that possible? Oh, Jesus Christ. That little girl is his. Now we want to hurt you.
You felt that?
Bro, if this would be a different interview, I told you that. If we had known that, man, I'd be facing triple life.
Wow. I'm glad it turned out this way.
You know what I mean?
That's Duke Ellington, Robin, who wrote our theme song.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The Duker. The Dookie. El Dukerini. The Duke Man, as we knew him. As me and you used to call him when we requested that he write a theme song for the show. And the Duke said, I got just the song. And he began to hum it and sing it. He said, The Howard Stern Show. The Howard Stern Show. With Rob and Fred and Jackie. Gary, sorta. And then he started singing it, and
You liked it?
I liked it. It worked for me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. David Brunner's stopping by later in the program.
Did you appear on the telethon?
No.
What happened? You could have called me and told me that. I spent all afternoon looking for you in my tapes.
Nah, I wasn't on.
I should have known.
Well, don't blame me. Don't blame me.
What happened?
I was all set to go.
Yeah.
On Friday, I guess Friday evening, Gary called me and told me I wasn't going. And the Muscular Dystrophy Association evidently had a problem with me being there.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I taped it. I didn't even see the Ramones.
Right. I was going to say, did you get them thrown off, too?
I think I might have gotten them thrown off.
Oh, they're going to be upset.
Hey, it's not my fault. I have no idea what happened. All I know is that it got pretty hairy. Didn't it? It was like really stupid.
Oh,
what happened?
dear.
Well, when you were here, Robin, and we were all back in the office after we
Yeah.
got off the show, I just happened to talk to the Ramones. The Ramones said to me, the Ramones, the great rock group, said to me, hey, we're doing the telethon. Well, let's face it, would have been goof to see the Ramones with Sammy Davis Jr.
Sure.
And I had read about it in the paper, so I asked them about it. So they said, hey, you want to come out and introduce us? So I said, sure, yeah, I think that'd be pretty funny. Even though I wasn't thrilled that it was 1:15 in the morning. I was laying in bed Saturday night or Sunday night going, it was about 11 o'clock when I fell asleep. I said, how the hell would I have done this telethon? So that's with sleeping in the afternoon.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, so Friday, the first thing that happened was Gary said that the telethon had called someone from local Channel 9.
Mm-hmm.
First they called, Monty, the Ramones manager called and said, listen, this woman from local Channel 9 called.
Monty, yeah.
Give her a call and, just put their fears to rest.
Yeah, so Gary was talking to her, and Gary can't put anybody's fears to rest. He just feeds the
he
fire.
He just stokes the flames.
Yeah, he's not real good at that. Not real adept at warming things over.
He hears you're upset. He goes, boy, you sound upset. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, he agrees with anyone who's upset except for me. When I'm upset, he tells me to take it easy.
Yeah, you should cool out.
Yeah, I should take it easy. So, anyway, so I said, give me that damn phone, Gary. And Gary gave me the damn phone. And I said to the woman from the telethon, she goes, are you going to start any trouble? Are you going to start any trouble? So I said, look, I'm a professional broadcaster. I'm not going to go on live television and start a problem. I'm there to play with the Ramones. I'm going to introduce them and tell everyone to donate for the kids. And she goes, are you going to tell your fans to donate? I go, yeah, sure, why not?
Who else would you tell?
Yeah, I mean...
People who don't like you?
And even people who don't like me donate.
So you have to put this whole thing in perspective now. You don't realize she was 3 phone calls down the line, so not only was she low on the...
You got to clear your throat, man.
I did. No, it's just I lost my voice.
He came over to my house on Monday and to drop some stuff off.
Yeah, I lost my voice, that's all.
Oh, all right, because it sounded real phlegmy. And I was just like, I got to get out of here.
So,
this is Monday, and I'm listening to this guy's phlegmy
On
voice.
Monday, he sounded like this.
Yeah.
All she is a booker for the show. She was booking
I understood
Morton
that.
Downey till 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. She was the Morton Downey booker, and then she got that job at the telethon. So, okay, fine. So I said to her, listen, honey, I said, I'm just going to go out there and introduce the Ramones. If you think I'm going to be a problem, then, fine. I mean, I don't know what to tell you to calm you down, but... You know, I go on the air every day.
Desire to create trouble. You're a professional.
I said, this is a $50 million radio station. You think they'd let me be at the helm if I didn't have some kind of control? I mean, really, I'm a professional broadcaster. I explained that to her. I said, my company every day has a lot more riding on me being able to contain myself. I said, there's no problem. She goes, you're not going to sit there and you know, yell stuff out? And I said, no. I said, you're letting the Ramones on? They're 10 times worse than me.
You're not worried about them?
Yeah. So anyway, so I thought it was, she goes, okay, fine. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. We're thrilled to have you. So I said, oh, too bad. I was hoping I was almost in my worst way trying to get her to make, you know, to cancel.
You thought she was going to be your out.
I said, listen, if this is going to affect the Ramones in any way, I don't want to screw up their chances. Please just tell me now and I'll leave. You know, I don't want to be part of this that bad. It'll be fun and I'll be happy to raise some money for you guys, but screw it.
Yeah, well, after that conversation, I thought everything was settled.
So did I. And then Gary called me Friday afternoon. And by the way, you made my weekend by telling me I didn't have to go.
She called back and then said, well, I'm going to have my boss call you. So I left her my home number.
Right. That was a big mistake. Then you got to hear your stupid answering machine message, which is very unprofessional.
As soon as I got
Raceway fans.
Yeah. It was so unprofessional that the guy that told you that that you couldn't come on, who was like the head guy at Channel 9, also wanted to know if you were interested in doing a TV deal. He started
deal?
He started talking to me about, well, you know, hey, I got some, you know, I heard Howard, you know.
Do you think this is something you should be discussing on the air?
Yeah.
Why did you tell me about it first?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And why are people discussing television deals with Gary?
See, that's the joke of it. That's what I'm trying to explain.
Kind of scary. But don't you think you should have told me about that?
Well, he just said, is Howard interested in doing TV? I said, call his agent. He goes, oh, I got lots of different ideas. I mean, he wasn't the head.
Oh, okay, yeah. But anyway, maybe the guy wanted that confidential.
Oh, sorry.
Dummy.
Too late now.
He's so dumb. He tells me on the air, breaks the news to me. Channel 9's a good company to work for, Robin. Look what it's done for Joe Franklin. Anyway, so
anyway, he said that he spoke to the people from MD, and they said that they were very scared of you, and they said no way. That they were already going out on a limb just by having the Ramones and Jerry Lee Lewis on.
Mm-hmm. They were very scared of me. They're not scared of Lloyd Lindsay Young, who made a total jackass out of himself and then humiliated the people who had worked all year to raise money for muscular dystrophy. At one point, I watched the telethon, you know, on and off all weekend.
Right, yeah.
At one point, Lloyd Lindsay Young, who is retarded, or he appears to be retarded, he acts retarded. Even now, here he's on a telethon, and I guess they want him to act sort of sensitive. Some guy comes up and he goes, I'm from the Baba Corporation, and I guess they were like beer distributors or bottlers. Mm-hmm. Or soda bottlers, and he goes, well, I never drink that stuff. This is Lloyd Lindsay Young. And the guys are like, what?
They didn't ask him that.
Yeah, who cares? Lloyd Lindsay Young, the personality. Like somebody would, you know, and the guy's like, oh my God, here I just raised about 15 grand for muscular dystrophy because I want to get my 10 seconds on the air. You know, wouldn't it be a lot cheaper for these guys to just sort of raise money for TV advertising? I mean, it's unbelievable. They get on for 10 seconds. It's their big moment in the sun to say, I'm from rah, 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 rah. Do you ever follow where any of these people are from?
No, what happens is they come on so many times during the show.
Yeah.
You know, first you get the little distributors, then you get the bigger guys, then you get the bigger guys and the bigger guys. Now, I suppose after all those mentions, you're supposed to be watching the whole 22 hours.
Oh, I see.
For them to get the effect.
Oh, is that how it works? You mean they let you come on 17 times?
Yeah, they keep coming on again and again and again.
So Lloyd Lindsay Young stands there with his microphone and just belittles the guy, but doesn't even know he's doing it. He's too stupid to know he's doing it. And he's an embarrassment on a telethon. Doesn't get that you're supposed to like kiss ass to these people. These are the people who are raising the money.
Did he get to work with the man?
With Sammy? Yeah. And Sammy kissed Lloyd Lindsay Young's ass. I mean, Sammy is so in the ass-kissing mode that he'll kiss anyone's ass. Like, Sammy doesn't have to kiss her. He goes, you know, man, did you see this? He goes, you know, man, I want to say something about this cat. And he's talking to Lloyd Lindsay Young. He goes, you know, a lot of people in this business, what you see on the television is not what you get when you meet them in real life.
Oh, man.
And I want to say that this man, Lloyd, is the same off camera as he is on camera. And that's very beautiful because I like what I see on camera. And I mean, like and then it's not so great when a Tony Bennett comes out and Sammy starts to kiss his ass because he just finished kissing Lloyd Lindsay Young's
It's like,
ass.
well, Tony and Lloyd are about the same.
Yeah, you can't give equal time to both. Although the best was Tony Bennett evidently came to Channel 9 studios to be with Sammy.
Yes.
At the end, and Sammy actually cried during Tony Bennett's song.
Know.
And I don't even know what Tony Bennett was singing about.
Oh, it was some barroom song. I got it on tape.
It was like not even an emotional song.
It was a song nobody ever heard before.
It was like when your balls hit the floor with it, like a B-54. I mean, it was just nothing.
It was just any old song. Some guy lost a woman, was thinking about her, and Sammy started crying.
He's like, oh man, I've got to go to the hospital. And I thought Sammy was I tuned in late. I thought Sammy actually was having a heart attack or something. He goes, I've just got to go to the hospital, man. I am so touched by this song that I can't recover.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that.
Did you notice that he was apologizing every minute for the old Sammy? Every minute he kept saying, at the age of 63, the only words I can say sincerely are thank you. Now, I know in the past I've gotten in trouble for that because I was too theatrical. But really, thank you.
Thank you. He was a horrible host.
Oh, he was and they kept referring to him as, the man is here.
He's a doddering old man. He really is. It was kind of embarrassing because he was not good at raising money. He didn't get that. Like, you go over to kids. Like, there were times when he would just not know what to do. And kids were sitting there in wheelchairs, and all you got to do is go over and start talking to them, and you'll raise money.
Yeah.
Even that
Sammy kept thinking he had to do something.
Even that cow from Channel 9, Renee something, was
Sarah Lee Kessler?
Yeah.
Renee.
That one. Renee,
that
whatever
cow.
her name.
Renee the cow.
Did you see at one point they had the entire Channel 9 staff, news staff and everything, but they were all like in tuxedos and gowns?
Yeah.
And Sarah Lee Kessler put on a couple of pounds.
Yeah,
she didn't look so hot, did she?
No.
I thought she was Lloyd Lindsay Young for a second.
I'll tell you what was funny. There was one thing I caught that was supposed to be off camera that wound up getting on camera. While Sammy was standing at the phones, where they had those bank of phones, and he was standing up in one of the tiers where the phone people were, and he was talking about make these phones ring because they were all sitting there and no phones were ringing.
Yeah.
And Sarah Lee, she was motioning frantically and very angrily at one of the cameramen or somebody to do something.
Oh, I thought you said she was going to be picking the panties out of her ass.
Oh, no, she was just like whipping people around her. Her face was all screwed up.
Oh, yeah?
She was really angry at somebody and giving them hell. And then they put the camera back on her while she was still doing that.
Oh, yeah?
And then she went, and it's so good to have all of you come.
It's like SCTV.
Yeah, it was great.
Sammy, was she the co-hostess?
Yeah, she was, there a lot of the time to introduce those film pieces where, they go into, some family who has a devastating illness.
I don't know. Sammy was real bad at it because I was like tuning by, and even when the real bad kids, like in the wheelchairs who can't even talk and are all twisted up, I didn't donate. I was just like, hey, screw it. I don't care. They got enough money. Muscular dystrophy.
You sure that didn't have something to do with the fact that they turned you down?
They're never going to find a cure.
Oh, Howard.
They're never going to find a cure. They've already got about $3 billion in the bank. I
don't think it's in the bank.
The Southland Corporation alone, Jerry was saying, raised $60 million already.
Yeah.
60 million. I mean, 60 million should have been enough to cover the disease. 60 million plus interest,
That's a very, very big disease.
I guess. There's not that many people who have it.
But do you know what has happened? I have figured this out. Because they have acquired more diseases this time.
They took on new diseases.
It used to be one simple little thing.
They took in Lou Gehrig's. They took in everything.
Myasthenia gravis. All these diseases didn't have anything to do with MDA when it first started out.
Myasthenia, that's Arsenio's brother.
Right.
Myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis Hall. Yeah, so the reason I wasn't on the telethon is they banned me. I was banned from the muscular dystrophy telethon.
Well, there's some distinction.
Which would have been cool to be on with the Ramones. Did anybody see the Ramones?
I had the tape going. They weren't on.
They weren't, right?
At one point, Jerry started saying something about, we're going to rock you. And I said, oh, here come the Ramones. And then they said, with who?
Gary Lewis and the Playboys?
Captain Cody.
Captain Cody, yeah. Commander Cody?
Commander Cody.
Oh, Commander Cody. He was there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. What was the song he did again, Commander Cody? I remember him from like 100 years ago.
Sticks and Stones again.
Hot Rod Lincoln.
Hot Rod Lincoln, right. Don't go messing with my Hot Rod Lincoln.
Yeah.
Something like that. Sticks and Stems, too, was,
Right.
yeah.
Seeds and stems.
Seeds and Stems, something about pot, yeah. Commander Cody in the 60s. One of those Woodstock-era bands.
Yeah.
Commander Cody and the...
Lost Planet Airmen.
Right.
And then locally on Channel 9, they had a group that was composed of a couple of guys from the New York Dolls and a couple of other guys, and they were calling themselves the Ugly Americans.
I think I saw those guys. Yeah, they were pretty pathetic. Hey, let's call the Ramones and find out what happened.
Yeah, I want to know if they got on.
Hello.
Damn, I had that number, too, and I just threw it out. Gary, check the garbage for their manager.
Check the garbage.
Actually, look at the garbage pail. Their manager might be in there. Gary, I just threw in your garbage pail the number for the Ramones manager.
Okay.
Well, let's call the Ramones, because let's find out why they weren't on.
No, they were on. I can transfer a guy in who saw them. They were on at 9:15 in the morning.
You're kidding?
No.
Oh, you're kidding. They even changed their time.
Thinking maybe they taped them and then put them in.
Well, if you want to talk to us, I got a guy on the phone who saw them. He said that they did I Want to Be Sedated. Just came on and came off. And then the announcer said that was a perfect song for the crowd.
Where's the guy who saw him?
We transfer him in.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing, Howard?
Okay, thank you.
Listen, no, whoa.
Hold on one second. I'll get right back to you. Whoop. I lost you. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still
All right,
here.
hold on. Hello?
Yes, who's this?
Hey, Fred, make a note to tell him to put mark in red the hold button. Thanks.
Hi, Howard.
Yeah.
You listen, they were on at 9:15 in the morning, and Gary just told, like, the whole story.
Yeah, but I don't understand something. Were they on tape?
I couldn't tell you.
I Want to Be Sedated.
Yeah, that wasn't even the song they were supposed to do.
No. They were supposed to do their new song, and I convinced them to do their other song.
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
There may have been a song before it, because I turned on the TV, and it was in the middle of the song, Howard. So there might have been one in front of it.
You're kidding. And no one went over and talked to him afterwards or anything?
Yeah, one of the announcers said, it's a perfect song for this crowd.
And what did they say?
There were a few nervous laughs.
Did the Ramones say anything like, hey, let's do it for the kids and stuff?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Because Joey said he was going to do a whole rap on the kids.
I don't think you could rap after that.
See, and it wasn't national. They were on the local telethon.
Yeah, Channel 9, WWOR.
Yeah, they weren't part of the Jerry feed.
But it wasn't part of the Jerry feed. Or could you tell?
I couldn't tell, Robin. It was very hard.
No, I mean, who was talking to him? One of the local announcers?
Oh, yeah, it was WWR, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, then it was local.
And it wasn't even one of the guys who's on the news there, that goofy guy.
And they didn't get to rap with Sammy or anything?
No, Sammy was off stage at that point.
Yeah, 9:15 in the morning, Sammy isn't there. But despite what everyone thinks, they don't stay up all night. Sammy goes and takes a nappy.
Well, it's funny because they are up pretty late. My tape was running from midnight to about 4.
Yeah, me too.
And I
didn't
had
see
a
it.
lot of Sammy, but no Ramones.
No Ramones.
Oh, after the Ramones, did you catch Lloyd Lindsay Young? He was on like about 9:30.
Yeah, he was an annoying, obnoxious, fat jackass.
He was turning stomachs left and right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't bring him on to raise money because what happens is I'm telling you, there's something about that guy you don't want to contribute. You
might want to contribute.
Or you might want to start another telethon.
For him.
After seeing that.
I mean, he's like a real pathetic guy. He's just, you don't feel bad for kids. You feel bad for him.
So there are bigger problems in the world. Lloyd Lindsay Young.
Hey, listen, Howard, one more thing.
I dug they had that guy on, the supermarket guy who was the originator of Aisles of Smiles. Did you see him?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you got Joey's number?
Yeah.
Does he know we're calling?
No. So you want me to call him first? They got somebody else said he was on. They were on at 7:30, did a song, and they came back at 9 o'clock and did another song.
Why don't you call Joey, line him up? Let me do some commercials.
You still coming from?
Anything else, Robin?
Yes, finally, Jerry Lewis. You know, he's making news because
Genius.
he is going on Broadway. He's going to be taking the role of the devil.
Wow!
In the play, the musical, Damn Yankees.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he was talking to some reporters, and they asked him about the guy who seems to be the heir to the Jerry Lewis throne in movie comedy, Jim Carrey.
I know this is not going to be gracious. Nobody's more brilliant than Jerry.
No, you don't get Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, is this serious Jerry we're about to hear?
This is serious Jerry.
Commenting on other comedians.
Who is flattered.
By
the comparison.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me hear.
I have, from the day I could remember breathing, thought in terms of Chaplin and Stan Laurel, and I say to myself, that's what Jim Carrey feels about me. That's marvelous. How many times in a lifetime does someone get that bouquet? I'm very flattered by it, and I'm delighted. It says a great deal for the way he's working and what he's doing. He's number one at the box office and will continue to be as long as he stays on the track he's on, and that's visual.
Just box him into a corner like you did yourself, Jerry.
Yeah.
All he's capable of is acting like a retard, like you.
And he can ruin his career just the way I did.
Yeah, right.
Grow up to be an old
As long as he works physically, he can grow up to be an old retard like myself.
That's marvelous. How often does one live to get this kind of bouquet?
What's he talking about? Jerry the Philosopher King. Telethons are around the corner when Jerry starts in on that speech. How many times? As long, and I love these old guys too. It's like I bet you Jim Carrey's a good enough actor that he could actually pull off like what Robin Williams does, some serious roles, but no. As long as he is a goofy retard, he will be number one at the box office.
Here's more of Jerry's advice for Jim Carrey.
More Jerry advice. We ought to call Jim, play this for him, see what he says.
Why he works out so well.
I think he's brilliant. He's just marvelous. He's the very thing motion pictures were made about, visual. He's wonderful. A little bastard.
Gracious Jerry. That's surprising me. Jerry giving advice to Jim Carrey. My advice, choose your charity early. You get in on the ground floor, like I did with muscular dystrophy.
And create a mystery. Don't ever tell anybody why you're doing it.
Right, because it's marvelous.
And once a year, you'll be a god.
How many people in their lifetime get that kind of bouquet?
Wow.
On Eagle. The Hauser Show.
Want to bet Jerry hasn't seen one of Jim's movies yet? Absolutely hasn't.
Marvelous, fantastic.
He is marvelous, fantastic. I haven't seen any of his movies.
Name one.
Yeah, name one. Name one performance the guy gave.
He's number one at the box office.
Gotta go now.
Gotta go. I only think about myself.
Comparing him to me.
Gotta go play the devil. Whatever devil wants, devil gets. Wow.
Jerry.
I love Jerry Lewis.
Checking in with his philosophies.
I'm going to give him a plug. He'll be premiering as the devil February 28th.
We're going, aren't we?
going.
Yeah.
You going? You got tickets already?
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I don't care what I have to do.
Yeah, we'll do anything for those tickets.
To see Serious Jerry. Serious Jerry, the actor.
Excuse me, scream stuff at him.
Yeah.
What happens if you forget your line?
I think he's so pompous. He's just so
marvelous.
He compares himself to Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy, and then of course
they weren't hooked on.
Right. He somehow works it into
like he builds himself up.
Right.
Yeah.
Chaplin. I always was a Chaplin, Laurel.
I was thinking in terms of it's like a professor.
Yeah, Professor Jerry.
He's not nutty anymore.
Yeah.
He's just a professor.
He's just Professor Jerry. We prefer the nutty professor.
I have, from the day I could remember breathing.
From the day, he's dramatic, Jerry.
What day do you remember breathing?
From the day I remember breathing, I have. It's funny. It's just odd to believe that he was ever funny at all. You know, it's just like, I believe that from the day I remember breathing. But who talks like that?
This I know.
Yeah, this much I know. No, Jerry, you think you know everything. Trust me.
Thought in terms of Chaplin and Stan Laurel. And I say to myself, that's what Jim Carrey feels about me. That's marvelous. How?
He might not know that. He's bringing too much science to...
No, he's saying, Jim, the way that Jerry looked at Stan Laurel and Chaplin, Jim Carrey
looks at him.
Looks at Jerry.
And that's great.
That's marvelous.
You've paid Jerry his due.
So he's on codeine too?
So he has paid Jerry his due.
He has elevated Jerry to the level of icon.
Right. And Jerry is reminding everyone of that. Hey, what do you mean Jerry's on codeine? He's not on codeine.
Homage to icon.
What is he talking about, codeine?
I thought Jerry was on Percodan.
Codeine.
No?
All
I don't know.
those years I was yelling Odine. They thought I was yelling Odine. I was yelling codeine.
Was he on Percodan? I don't know the Jerry story that well.
Jerry had a little problem.
Oh, did he?
But William was sitting in the bathroom.
Oh, was that according to the Inquirer or something?
I think that he's even admitted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It makes your nuts itch.
How many times in a lifetime does someone get that bouquet? I'm very flattered by it, and I'm delighted. It says a great deal for the way he's working and what he's doing. He's #1 at the box office and will continue to be as long as he stays on the track he's on, and that's visual.
They keep doing the same picture over and over again.
Like Jerry.
Yeah, like Jerry.
1954.
Yeah, keep doing the same exact thing over and over again.
Gator Boy.
Gator Boy 3.
Cinderfella.
Elevator Man.
Like Boy Man.
Yeah, right. Cinderfella. Cinderfella.
Boy Man.
Jim Carrey and Cinderfella.
Maybe Jerry's saying, you know, the moment I decided to start trying to act, that's when I lost it.
Ace Ventura 9.
Delicate delinquent.
My advice is avoid talkies. Visual.
Go back to silence.
Visual. Every word is like a bowel movement.
Special emphasis, yeah.
Every word important that Jerry says.
I think he's brilliant.
Brilliant.
He's just marvelous. He's
just marvelous.
The very thing motion pictures were made about. Visual.
Visual. I gotta get that impression done. You know, very thing that motion pictures were made for. Visual. Yeah, it's like Sammy. Jerry. He should call himself Jerry. Jerry thinks everything he does is visual. And as long as he continues along that very marvelous direction, he will flourish.
He will remain.
He will remain on top.
He's wonderful.
Wonderful.
A little bastard.
A little bastard.
Do you think Jerry has ever gone near Jim Carrey?
No. I've never seen the movie. I listen to the sound that emanates from my body. And it doesn't smell. Because mine don't stink. Whatever Jerry wants, Jerry gets. Everybody's so full of advice. Everyone knows so much.
He's marvelous.
Marvelous.
Brilliant. Wonderful.
When I did Cinderfella.
Rockabye Baby.
Rockabye your baby.
With a Dixie melody. When you croon through that tune. Straight from the heart of Dixie.
Oh, I'll have to leave now. I have to go learn my children's names. Jerry. Physical. Remember those 3 words.
Visual.
Physical. Visual. Jim Carrey is marvelous for making me his god, and I deserve it. What? Yes. Is Jerry on the phone?
If you started to trash Hitler, you could find some moron to call in and tell you what a great guy Hitler was. There's a Jerry Lewis supporter. And he doesn't have a French accent.
Amazing.
Hello?
Hello. You are marvelous. Thank you for joining our show.
Listen, that's not funny.
What?
Listen, you should really stop talking about Jerry Lewis.
Jerry is a marvelous performer. I'll agree.
Absolutely. He's one of the best ever to live.
Yes,
He's one of the funniest. You're just jealous. You're jealous, Howard.
I am jealous.
Admit it.
I admit it. I am jealous of Jerry.
You are jealous. You are
I am jealous.
Envious of Jerry Lewis.
I am.
You're jealous that he has a Broadway play now.
You don't have one,
That's
so
right.
you're jealous.
I'm jealous of that Broadway play.
Absolutely,
I want to
of course.
appear in Damn Yankees. Do you think I could get in Damn Yankees someday, Robin? Because the guy is
That
right.
part is
He's tapped
yours.
into something
you
here.
You are the devil.
Yeah, I'm the devil. That's my part.
Jerry's the nutty professor.
Right. That was my role, and that's why I'm saying all these things. By the way, I recognize your voice. You're not fooling me.
Jerry Lewis is a legend.
This is Gary
and
Lewis.
you're jealous. When
Gary
Jerry
Lewis is the
Lewis
Playboy.
goes, God forbid.
Right. God
he
forbid
will
Jerry.
be
You know, I don't think
as
Jerry will
Elvis
die.
Presley.
He will be as big as Elvis Presley.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're jealous.
I am. I admit it.
And the day you go, God forbid, I don't wish anyone to die,
I do.
but everyone would forget.
Exactly. I would be forgotten and Jerry would be remembered.
Absolutely.
I know. That's why I'm jealous.
You're jealous.
Exactly.
Long live Jerry Lewis.
Thank you.
You going to see him on Broadway?
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Junior.
You're jealous. Admit it.
I admitted it already 3 times.
Did you just say it for the luck of it?
For the luck of it, I'm jealous.
You see?
Yeah.
I can sleep tonight.
What?
I can sleep tonight.
Good. Who else do you like besides Jerry? I'm curious.
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, Rush Limbaugh. Well, you've got great taste.
Fine taste.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that young man is marvelous.
He is marvelous. And,
Thank you, man. Nice man.
you think we'll get greasy Jerry in the play? Like big
Yes,
greasy...
definitely.
40 pounds of axle grease in their head?
Definitely. I think that's how you play the devil, isn't it?
Greasy horn.
Big greasy horn.
My horn slipped off my head.
his horns will slide up his head.
Whoa!
All right, we got to go.
We've had enough of him as Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, I had enough impressions of Jerry Lewis. I'd like to thank Mrs. Gingrich for stopping by today. That was pleasant.
Well, scratch my ass with a corncob pipe.
And I'd like to just remind everyone about the E! Show. I don't know what's on tonight, but it should be good.
At 11 o'clock and 11.
Big ratings on Nina, the stuttering hot dog girl. Big ratings.
Physical.
People love her.
Well, she's visual.
Yeah. I think the marijuana rolling contest between Willie Nelson and Jackie aired last night. I heard it was pretty wild. A lot of people like that. He beat me. Yeah, I think that happened.
Did you miss that, Jackie?
I missed it.
I gotta get a tape of that. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it is $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special. Buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday night, January 13th, at the Treehouse Comedy Club in Norwalk, Connecticut. It's Jackie. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Don't miss Baba Booey this Saturday night at the Harrow East Theater in Rochester, New York for a listener appreciation party. Don't miss Stuttering John's band at Nick's in Alexandria, Virginia, Friday night, January 13th at Avalon on 2nd Avenue and 80th Street in Manhattan, Wednesday night, January 18th. If you're planning a wedding or party, you need to... Billy, can you do that one?
That's what I based the other one on. That's right.
That one.
That's where it came from.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Chortle.
I'd like to thank you for all the ball breaking because I have located that television.
Oh, you have? Good. All right. That's 4 hour ago reference. If you're planning a wedding or party, you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-5040. Jackie, do you have any notion that or idea that the show goes on for 4.5 hours and the same people who listen in the early morning don't listen at...
15 years with you, Howard.
All right. Jackie referencing a conversation from 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened in between.
But would it have mattered anyway?
No.
Did we really need that piece of information?
You got to ask yourself that question before you talk, Jackie. Jackie Puppy, do we need that information?
Yes, you do. It seems to me like the show is 5 hours.
Is it very important?
It seems to me like the show is... Hey, by the way, I located the TV set. Thanks to you.
Oh, that ball busting. All right, very good.
I'm trying to locate that 58 Axel.
All right, let's go, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
You still coming from?
Yo, Howard.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
What's up, boy?
Yo, I was flipping through the channels last night, and I heard one of the girls from the movie American Pie has a crush on you, and she wants to lose her virginity to you.
Yo. Where is this bitch?
I don't know where this bitch is at.
Get her over here.
Yo.
Come on, let's get it on.
She's still running around.
I think you got a guess for the future.
Which one? Is that the one that laid? I heard it was the one who laid in bed.
It was the one who dances, and those guys are filming her, I thought.
Oh.
Yes. They have a hidden camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to lose my virginity to her. Gary, get her in here. Let's have a date. I'd love to date.
Yo, Howard.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a band that you guys might be interested in.
A band?
A band.
Nah, I'm not interested.
No, well, not the playing. I mean, for you guys to do a little promotion.
No, that's okay. Thank you. I don't know what he's talking about. I can't stand that. Guys start talking about junk. I don't know what they're talking about.
I've seen enough of that.
I don't know. You sometimes you hear someone's got a crush on you, but then you find out.
You never meet them.
You never meet them, and they go away and they get old.
Or they bang everybody else.
Yeah.
Still talk about their crush on you.
Right. They bang everyone else, and they get the crush on me. Where's the loyalty in that? All right, so Jerry Lewis, the big telethon is coming up this weekend. Robin and I are always right by our television sets.
Big fans.
Big fan. So I'm going to start out with some Jerry music.
Okay.
All right? Every once in a while.
Stylings of Jerry?
Yeah, well, Jerry, in addition to considering himself a genius.
Of everything.
And, no offense, Jerry, you're no genius. He did a couple of movies.
He falls down.
Right, he falls down. And he acts like a retard.
Oh, and now he's been complaining, for the rest of his life, he's complaining about the pain those pratfalls caused him.
I don't buy it for a minute.
Had to go on Percodan. I was on the Percodan.
Yeah, that's an excuse to take Percodan, no offense. There's nothing in your body that can't heal after 50 years. You know what I mean? At some point it heals. And you stop blaming Percodan addiction on pain from when you fell 50 years ago.
He fell in 1950.
Yeah, right. He was falling down.
Gotta take the Percodan.
But Jerry always wanted to be like Dean Martin and become a singer.
Yeah.
So he'd hire these incredible bands and stuff to back him up.
Oh, he had a whole orchestra.
Yeah, an old Jerry Lewis orchestra.
Around with him.
But then he sings, and I think he thinks he sings good. I'm pretty sure he's pretty taken with himself when it comes to singing. Listen, look at this. Jerry. It's Jerry. Even that build-up is pompous.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great band.
It's a great band, a great build-up for a guy who can sing.
I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you.
And I know when he records this, he thinks it's going to be huge. People are going to freak for this. I'm gonna love you. He
Come rain or come shine.
I think he thinks he's going to be Dean Martin or something. That's when he started slicking his hair back.
Yeah, he's now going to be the matinee idol.
Yeah, he's going to be a good-looking guy.
High as a mountain.
Mountain.
And deep as a river.
It's mountain.
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 Come rain or come shine.
Rain. Hey. But the best part is when Jerry talks about himself. That's the most fun. When Jerry gets all serious about Jerry.
And the genius of Jerry.
Yeah, and he even calls himself Jerry.
Yeah, because Jerry's another guy.
Yeah.
Jerry's so big, he's another guy.
Promotion day. The teacher asks all of the class.
Oh, this is Jerry talking about when he was a kid. When he got left back. He got left back in school.
He's such a genius, he flunked?
Yeah. And they embarrassed him, they humiliated him.
Oh, geez.
And it's very emotional.
He's been paying ever since.
Yeah. The public has to pay.
To stand along the blackboard, which leads to the in and out of the classroom, with the exception of Jerry Lewis. So that now the entire class...
Excuse me. Jerry Lewis is not his real name.
Very well.
So they didn't ask Jerry Lewis not to.
All right, easy on Jerry. Shh, calm down. You got a whole morning to go to. But that's a good point.
Oh, my goodness.
It's probably Jerry Schwartz.
Was standing against that wall, and all of the seats are empty except in the middle of the room at one desk is Jerry Lewis. That told that class and me I was left back.
Isn't it cool how he calls himself Jerry Lewis? Like, you can't say, I was standing in the middle of the class. No, Jerry Lewis was standing in the
Little
middle.
Saul Schwartz.
Yeah. Gerald Levovich. Yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Gerald Levobucher.
Joe Levitt.
I had been in so many schools for the last 2 years.
Fine.
But there was no way they could promote me. I was just so far behind.
Oh, he's not stupid.
Yeah, it was his parents' fault for traveling.
Right. Yeah, I'm not stupid. Yeah, you're stupid.
So at the age of around 10, I knew what trauma meant.
Now, trauma's in it being in a concentration camp, you kook.
The humiliation that I felt.
You know, I don't care if you're on the road with your parents or not. 2 plus 2 is still 4. I don't care if you're on a bus. How do you miss that? Well, we'll hear more Jerry, but first another Jerry song.
Yes, but interspersed.
A little rockabye baby. Come on, you dog. Come on, you dog.
Rockabye, your baby with a
So in love with himself. What's it like to be that in love with oneself?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know for sure. I'm pretty sure I'm down on me.
From the
Like most people would just say, I shouldn't be playing with these guys.
I should be singing in a shower.
Yeah. Don't take it seriously. I should be singing in a shower, very expensive shower. And you know these fabulous musicians sitting there going, this jack-off is ruining our song.
At least we got a gig.
Let's tell them how great it is. All right, now let's get back to Jerry talking about Jerry.
I'll bet in the recording sessions he chastised those guys. They weren't doing something right.
Here's Jerry being Jerry again.
Okay.
When Irvington, New Jersey wanted to make a Jerry Lewis Day, and the population of 63,000 turned out for the parade.
Yeah, I mean, the whole population.
Everybody in town came?
Yeah, 63,000.
Jerry is too
I've been worshipped by 63,000 people, babe. Okay.
In his mind, nobody could have stayed home.
Jerry Lewis had 63,000 people.
Not a soul worked that
The board of regents of the school were honoring me at a luncheon. I said, I'd like to talk to the board of regents.
Uh-oh. Now hell's going to be paid.
Get it now.
I'd like to talk to the board of regents.
Bring them to me.
Oh, bring them to Jerry. He's a pisser, this guy. That's why I watch the telethon every year, to watch him stand there and be so proud of himself and so in love.
All I can do is sit there and think, what must it have been like to have him for a father?
What must it have been like to be just around him when he's so in love with himself?
Oh, can you imagine? Was there any room for anybody else?
Your father, Jerry Lewis, is coming down the stairs. I like now that he's an old guy, he had to bring another baby into the world to subject him to this, Jerry Lewis.
I told them the story of what I went through, and the promoting process changed that day. They never ever did it again. That was the upside. The downside is that I'll never forget it. It hurt. Yeah. And that's why you do comedy, kid.
That's why you do comedy, kid. That's why you do comedy, kid. Who talks like that?
Probably talking to an old man.
Yeah, right. Guy's probably 60 years old.
And that's why you do comedy, kid.
Yeah, everyone's a kid. And that's why you do comedy. What comedy does he do? It falls down.
The downside. Yeah. The upside.
There's an upside, man. No other kid will suffer, but Jerry will suffer.
They changed the
Jerry,
system.
You're an old man now. You're rich. Get over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those stupid board of regents, they're still there.
Yeah. Imagine you're sitting on the board of regents.
Eat for motivating you.
Jerry will never forget the hurt. Jerry. Stroke out a couple of times, you'll forget the hurt. A couple more attacks of viral meningitis. Ay vey. This year on the telethon, he's going to have a team of neurosurgeons backstage.
Well, we were talking about the pain from the falling down. That's exactly how he got the infection. He was getting some drugs shot into his spinal cord.
Oh.
So his back would stop hurting from the pratfall.
From 1953.
But he's not stopping the drugs. He's changing.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
he's changing drugs. I would have died.
You can give up my drugs.
Bye, baby.
He probably recorded this when he was real famous.
You're my baby. When they give
I wonder if anybody bought it.
the eye.
Somebody's sitting with an album today.
Know that you
No, you think he sits at home and listens to this?
and declare.
He couldn't listen to a good singer.
Now, he happened to have been a great editor in drama.
I was talking about Hal Wallace.
So Hal couldn't cut his films.
I think this is the guy maybe who did that Nazi clown movie. I don't know. I don't know anything about this interview. You know?
Summer and Smoke, Sheba. He did some incredibly wonderful things like Casablanca. But when it came to comedy, he had a sense of humor like a menstrual period.
Jerry. Jerry commenting on other people's sense of humor. Like he has one. There's no sense of humor there.
He sounds like a funny guy, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he had a sense of humor like a menstrual period. Well, there's a funny line. I don't know. So here's Jerry.
They were great falls.
This is Jerry talking about his addiction to Percodan.
Okay.
Or whatever he's on. I don't know. Whatever he...
Percodan was back then.
Full of the bones and all of the pains.
Look at the sacrifices this guy made for comedy. Comedy's supposed to be a kind of an easy business. You would think this guy went through the Vietnam War, the way he's talking.
General MacArthur didn't complain.
You know why? Because he's not a funny guy. The only thing he can make people laugh is if he falls down like a retard. If he said something funny, wouldn't have to fall down.
He played a retard.
Right.
I'm calling him a retard.
Through it. 5 years earlier, in 1965, on a stage at the Sands Hotel in Las Vegas, he had chipped a piece of his spine away. I took this double header off the piano, which made me 12 feet in the air from my head.
Who told you to do that, you dope?
Wait a minute. He falls for a living, and he's telling you now he doesn't know how.
Right.
He never learned.
Right.
Came down and landed on my spinal column.
Well, he took one of those pratfalls and just lay there. And he couldn't get up. Well, they closed it down and they carried him out.
Now, there was a show.
Gee, I wonder what people paid for a ticket to that. I would have paid triple.
There was a show. I didn't know this guy was that kind of entertainer.
This guy's brilliant. He's like Evel Knievel. He falls off in junk.
Oh,
But you see if he gets up.
hurts himself.
Yeah, what a guy. This guy's supposed to be in comedy. He's falling off pianos. I took a fall off a piano.
You know what that means? He was up on top of the piano. Nobody's laughing.
Right.
So he decides, I'd better fall.
Right.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flop sweat. All over the place. He slipped on it.
But they prescribed one a day. I was up to 13 a day after 7 years.
That's because you're supposed to stop at some point.
You mean that same chipped bone
Right.
was still hurting
Yeah.
7 years
Chip
later?
bone's never going to stop hurting.
That's when I became addicted. When you're at 13 Percodan a day, as I was, I can't tell you anything that happened between 1974 and 1978.
No offense, honey. Nothing happened.
Oh,
You didn't miss much.
I was goofy on my Percodan.
Here's what I say. 1974, Dean Martin's very successful. Pass the bottle. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
No offense, Jerry. You know. Knowing what I know about back pain.
Dean Martin has a TV show. I have a telethon.
Yeah.
My 5 years is dead in my brain.
He functioned. I mean, it was difficult for me to function with him, to try to make sense out of something.
I don't know who this guy is.
Poor guy.
I don't
I had
know.
to deal with
Some guy had to
Jerry on
hang out with Jerry during it. Imagine Jerry on 13 Percodan a day. You got to hang with him.
Happening. But he did a lot of, he did his tours. He worked. He did his telethons.
1974 to 78. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's exactly when Dean Martin's show was number one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
I would say it was around that time.
And he had several number one hit songs.
Yeah.
Just a coincidence.
Bye, bye, baby. He sings those songs like he's angry. Come on, get happy. You bastard.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Come you sinners.
No.
And gather round.
He sings them like he sings them like he's angry.
Hallelujah, all you sinners.
I think when he does his club act, he sings. All serious.
A land where the weary forever are free.
I wonder if the musicians had to sit in there when he sang.
And just follow me.
What an instrument. Jerry. I could listen to Jerry all day.
Waste today, Jerry.
I'm the biggest Jerry fan. I've never heard this level of pomposity in my life, ever. He still sticks out as number one, even more than Kathy Lee.
I went to see him when he was doing Damn Yankees on Broadway.
Yeah.
And what was amazing to me was people eat him up.
Yeah, they love him. They love Jerry.
They were screaming and hooping and hollering and waiting in line to get Jerry's autograph at the end of the show.
You want more, Jerry?
They gave him a standing ovation.
We were the only ones sitting.
Yeah.
We refused to go.
They don't stand. All right, here's more Jerry.
Christmas was another...
Oh, this is Jerry's son talking about Christmas. First of all, Jerry's a Jew. But here's Jerry at Christmas with the kids.
Shoot. There was sound on film, 16 millimeters set up.
Jerry would drag in camera equipment.
Yeah, like a professional camera crew.
Yeah. Well, it's important. Everything has to be documented.
His Christmas.
The living room, there were lights, there was playback, and it was a staged affair. We did retakes. Christmas was more staged than others because of the set, so to speak. The cameras were always rolling.
Where are these tapes?
Their whole family life was on film.
Yeah, there's Ozzie and Harriet.
Oh.
Yeah. I told you, he was Kathy Lee before there was a Kathy Lee. He was, Kathy Lee does it every year. Well, Kathy Lee's turned it into a TV special every year. Her set and her house turned into a nightmare. I look at those kids, I go, what a nightmare they're in. They're on the set with their mom singing Christmas songs.
Is a set.
Yeah.
Well, him talking.
Playing into their mom's bizarre religious beliefs and...
Meanwhile,
talking right here.
Yeah. In a few years, this will be Cody.
Yeah. Cody will be talking about, you see, I should play this for Kathy Lee. This is going to be Cody.
You think it would make a dent? She doesn't really.
So we'd have to actually fly to, Colorado and, pretend this was our house, and that was our Christmas.
They were retakes.
Yeah, and then my mom would drag me out in a bear outfit, And then she wouldn't wear a bra.
Try to kiss me on the lips.
Yeah, sometimes she would wear a bra. Sometimes she wouldn't. But all I know is that we spent every Christmas on a set. My father sat there like a puppet. He basically propped him up on a couch.
My father was like Jerry Mahoney.
No wonder he wanted anal sex in a hotel.
Like some cigar store Indian, he said.
Yeah, my father smelled like a codfish. Like he'd been on ice for a couple of days. The set. Yeah, Christmas time, there was no private moments. We pretty much put on a show for America. Beautiful. But Jerry was the original. Jerry's son, talking about the set, that was their Christmas.
Yeah, but somehow you never see these sons anymore.
No, they don't want to be on any set anymore. I think Jerry's son's had enough of that. Oh, here's a final Jerry Lewis clip, The Day the Clown Died.
Oh, okay, that's that movie.
Jerry got so full of himself that he wrote a script about being a clown at a Nazi concentration camp. I think Robin Williams is about to commit the same career suicide. And evidently it was like one of the worst movies ever made, Dave. They've hidden the movie. You can't find it. You can get the script.
You know it must be bad if Jerry has hidden the movie.
Yeah, I've got a copy of the script because Morty sent me a copy. Morty from the old Letterman show, but because evidently he's obsessed with Jerry, too, like me.
Jerry loves everything he does, and he has hidden this movie.
Yeah.
It was completely finished?
I know. Yeah.
Pretty much. I think it was. What happened was it wasn't completely finished, and Jerry put up his own money to finish it because the guy, I think the producer, and I don't know if this is correct, but I think the producer kind of got fed up with it. He knew it was a bomb.
They pulled out, and Jerry used his own money to complete it.
Yeah.
This is great work.
In 1971, he went to Stockholm to star in an international film production, The Day the Clown Cried. Set in a Nazi concentration.
Nazi? Where's Alan King from? He's from another planet, too. He's the narrator. A Nazi concentration camp.
A kooky.
A Nazi. Yeah, it wasn't a Nazi concentration camp. That would have been too depressing. It was a Nazi concentration camp with a nut.
Sort of kind of a Hogan's Hero kind of concentration.
Hogan! Jerry!
Nazi, it was Nazi.
Jerry, get over here, you Nazi!
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I see nothing.
The story revolved around a clown who was allowed to live as long as he entertains the children imprisoned.
The piano music is great.
Just a few weeks into the production, the producer pulled out.
He ran.
Where's my Percodan?
Jerry assumed the responsibility of finishing the film with his own money, but the movie was never released.
I think the Percodan might have had some effect on the choice of that script and wanting to do it so badly. I can't speak.
Give me this Percodan. I want to do some whacked out material. That's my problem.
You want to not be responsible.
Yeah, I'm too responsible. Jerry, we're heating the ovens. Get ready to roll. Oh, yeah. Now, don't put the kids really in the oven. I'm on Percodan.
No, put the kids in the oven. They're not good enough actors.
Where's my clown nose? He starts singing, they run into the oven. I got to see this movie. I'd pay dearly to see this.
Well, whenever you hear people talk about the Nutty Professor, what a crazy control freak he was on that set. Can you imagine what he was doing on the Percodan?
On his concentration camp film. I'm trying to concentrate on the concentration camp film.
Quiet on the set. Jerry's thinking.
Now, in this scene, I'm going to march the kids into the oven, so I'm going to do one of my famous pratfalls off a piano. Get the Percocet ready. Hurry up. I'm going to be cheering up the kids by falling down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you're on 13 Percodan a day like me.
Yeah. I'm on 13 Percodan a day. I have a very short fuse.
It's my opinion that probably had a lot to do with him going there and being so intent on finishing that film.
Completely carried away with himself. Doing the film even the producer's telling him isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows.
Right.
He knows better.
And what discussion of Jerry Lewis wouldn't be complete without a Jerry Lewis fan on the phone?
Oh.
Neil.
Howard.
Yes, you're a Jerry Lewis fan?
Hell no.
Oh, I see.
Oh, start out with, I love your show, man. I love
all right, thank you. I thought the guy was a fan.
Yeah.
I could tell he's going to be a bore. I could tell the guy's going to be a bore within 13 seconds.
With his hello.
Yeah. He's as boring as Jerry. Ugh. In this scene, we're going to kill some... Now, everybody, pronto. Let's shoot. I'm losing light. Now, where's my clown feet?
You know, Jerry was, probably had one of those stunt director's chairs. It was 10 feet high.
Yeah, right. It towered over everyone. Couldn't touch the ground.
Right.
They had to crane him into the chair.
One of those big megaphones.
In my next scene, I'll fall off a guard tower. Jerry, that's not in the script. I'm ad-libbing, you bastard. I'm a genius.
Don't double. Don't
Dixie Melody. Yeah, come on. I like when he sings on the Telethon, too.
And you can never get through that final song.
Yeah. You can't get through when what is it? Where does he cry when you walk through a storm, keep your head up high. He can't get through the rest. He can't get through the rest of the song.
Singing it for 50 years.
Yeah, can't get through it.
Breaks up every time.
Yeah, I love when Jerry breaks up. Yeah.
I've been watching that my whole life, waiting for that great moment. I'll tell you exactly what part he breaks up at.
When he goes, walk on.
He gets to walk on, and then he's sitting in that chair.
Right.
Let's do 1 foot down.
Yeah, because he's tired.
Goes, you'll never walk alone. And then he tries to hit the last part. You'll... And then he just throws the microphone down and he walks off the stage.
Yeah, that's the telephone.
We're going to do it for 10 years.
Same spot.
Yeah. Every year he cracks, his voice cracks at the same spot, and then he leaves. I can't go on.
So spontaneous.
I can't go on. I can't go on.
He's brilliant. We got that tape. Fred's looking for it.
Yeah.
We got a wall of
But you
tape.
wonder who he's going to do the telethon with now. All of his friends are dead.
Yeah. Casey Kasem's still alive.
Yeah, but Casey's even, he does it with Ed McMahon and Casey Kasem, but he used to do it with Sammy. He used to do it with, Frank would be there.
Yeah, who you calling now? Call on me. I'll go do a duet with Jerry. You should prop up all those dead guys on stage. Do a reunion.
On that other side.
Walk on, walk on.
On that other side.
You'll never walk. I can't go on. All right, let's get back to shooting this Nazi film. You over there, shut up. Where's my Percodan? Where's the... March those into the...
Me, I'm Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, Gary.
Hey, Howard, how you doing this morning?
Hey, bro.
Hey, man, love your show.
Right.
I worked upstate New York when Jerry was traveling with that play he was in.
The damn Yankees?
Yeah.
Damn Yankees or what? Didn't he also do some other one?
What?
Like
Damn Nazis?
Hell's
a Poppin' or something?
No, that was Mickey Rooney.
Oh.
my so-called life would have been a good one.
Yeah?
Well, he came into my job to eat, and very obnoxious.
Yeah. I'd imagine he must be a terror when you serve Jerry.
Well, nobody was allowed near the table.
Like somebody wanted to be near it.
It was just, he was seated by the maitre d', and then the waitress had to wait while somebody from his entourage went and told the waitress what he was going to eat.
Right. It's important.
She couldn't approach Jerry.
No.
No. He's the man. Right. He's Jerry.
I mean, it was totally...
This Prozac's giving me gas. Get away from me, all of you plebes. Oh, he must be a terror in a restaurant. I can't imagine what he's like.
Well, put it this way. The restaurant he ate in, if the Prozac wasn't giving him gas, the food was.
All right, let me get back to my Nazi concentration camp film. In this scene, get ready to shoot, everyone. I'm a genius. In this scene, I want you to take a big hole, fill it up with dead, and I'll fall into that hole on top of the bodies. I'm going to do one of my famous pratfalls.
And the kids will laugh.
The kids will laugh, and I'll get to live another day. All right? All right, lay the lime down on the dead bodies. Here we go. Just picture what that set must have been like. Jerry barking out commands. More dead. Come on, throw some lime on them. Throw some onto that barbed wire. Come on. Let's go. Come on, pronto. I'm losing light. Where's my Percodan?
You know, who was in the movie? You never even heard of anybody being in the movie.
More dead on the barbed wire. And action. Wow.
I'd like to talk to some of the co-stars.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, wait, I don't even think anyone's alive from that movie.
I think it wound up in the death of everyone.
Oh, I'd do anything to see that movie.
Oh.
All right. We're going to shoot now. Toss some arms and legs around for effect. Here we go. I'm going to do a pratfall from the guard tower right onto the dead. And action. Whoa!
Oh, my aching back.
Give me more Percodan. Fell off a piano.
I was doing one of those double headers.
Yeah. I was going to end my tribute to Jerry with
He's like the Greg Louganis.
Yeah, a pratfall.
Piano.
Right. Bang his head on the diving board. In this scene, I want to redo that scene. I didn't like the way... This time, put some live on the bottom under the dead ones. That's funny. Okay. And more live... Half a live... And action. Fred, you find that tape yet? Does it exist?
We had it.
I heard you play it in the morning.
I haven't played that.
You got no system, pal.
Years.
Well,
it would either be under Lewis or Yule.
Yeah, but why would it disappear? I mean,
it's not even on the backup.
I think Fred's a Jerry fan.
Yeah, he's taping back that tape.
I know Fred's not a fan of mine, otherwise he'd organize those tapes so he could find things. I'm telling you. Yeah. I would do anything to see, like, an E behind the scenes of Jerry Lewis making that movie.
Yeah, the making of.
This is a very serious movie. This is going to win me my Academy Award. I'm a concentration camp clown.
You know what? Jerry was probably thinking, I'm ahead of my time and nobody's ready for this movie yet. But we still aren't ready.
Picture the scene.
71.
Picture the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Me, Jerry, dressed in my clown outfit, marching the into... And then I will fall from the guard tower onto dead and half alive on the barbed wire. Dead. Arms and legs spread around the set. Here, set some heads on fire so they look like big candles. That look like big candles. Fill my big red nose with blood. And action. Whoa!
I want the audience to smell the burning chicken.
Yeah, this is going to be the most realistic concentration camp clown movie ever.
Oh.
Hold all the food. The extras are too fat. I need some skinny Jews. Skinny Jews, I demand it. Dixie melody, bye bye, bye bye. Give me some happy music.
Baby.
I got tons of Jerry tape. I tape all the telethons. I do everything. I'm a big Jerry guy. This year I'll be watching the telethon. You better believe it, honey. I don't miss one. We knew this guy in Detroit. My wife worked with some guy in Detroit. He would stay up the whole weekend with Jerry.
Really?
Yeah. The big Jerry Lewis fanatic. They're out there.
I'm telling you, we saw him that night on Broadway.
Melrose, you got tape of Jerry?
Howard, I got some good stuff.
How do you have tape of Jerry?
I tightened up what I had for the other day. I had bad stuff the other day. I got tape of the whole Larry King show, and I went through the whole show, and I earmarked different segments about Jerry. I played this for John Ray. This is Jerry talking about his stalker.
Oh.
How he's going to rub the guy away.
Let me hear that.
You got to hear this. Then I got his daughter calling in and him talking about Percodan. I got it all queued up.
No, let me hear.
All right, go to the first one.
All right, then I get a break.
All right, thanks.
Once I start talking about Jerry, I can't stop.
I know.
One guy? Yeah. You know him? Mm-hmm. I do.
He went to jail?
Yep.
He's getting out?
Yep.
You worried?
Nope.
Why?
I'm covered.
By what?
Security.
Oh, I thought you meant like insurance.
No, not insurance.
What was that like for 10 years?
Very painful.
I mean, he would, follow you down the street?
Wake up at 3 in the morning.
Call you?
Schizophrenic wacko. A schizophrenic wacko would call me and say, this is Gary Benson. You do know I own 50% of Benson and Hedges, and we want to do a commercial with you. I said, well, at 10 after 3 in the morning, I think maybe it'd be better to talk in my office. And I had that for the better part of 3 years, and figured it's a crank, and it'll go away. But then when my daughter was born, he called me one night and said, how's your kid? And I said, now you've done it, son. Now you've crossed the line. I'll have your ass in jail so quickly you won't know what hit you. I took out a protective order, and we grabbed him, nailed him, and put him away for 6 years. Now if he comes out, I just want him to come to my house. Come over. I'd love it.
Did you have to testify?
Yep.
No. He was fixated on you.
He threatened my daughter, Larry. Let him come to my house.
He was fixated on you?
Yeah.
No other people? He wasn't bothering?
No. His dream is to get out of jail and kill Jerry Lewis. He's told it to the authorities. He's told it to the doctors that treat him.
Are you a little concerned that they're letting him out?
No, I'd love to see him at my house.
No, so you're not bothered. I mean, you got to serve your time. I'm covered.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any pity for his condition?
No, none whatsoever.
No heart.
None.
Because he mentioned the daughter.
That's it. I would rip his head off with a 9mm in an instant.
With a 9mm?
I think I went to the market for milk.
We'll be back with more of Jerry Lewis.
Jerry the crazed.
Howard.
Oh, that is the greatest piece of tape.
I got plenty more. I got much more, Howard.
I think that's him trying to be like Frank Sinatra or something.
That's right.
Like, I'm covered. Larry, don't ask me. All I'm telling you is I'm covered.
I would love for him to come to my house.
No, you wouldn't. That's why you locked him up. Why would you love him to come to your house? He threatened my daughter.
I've got tape of somebody calling in and starts crying. You know, a parent.
And I want Jerry crying.
I've got tape of his daughter calling in at the end of the show. 7-year-old daughter.
What about those older kids?
No, they never heard from.
I've got tape of him talking about DeBakey, how great DeBakey is.
Yeah, all right. We'll leave it at that. It's enough Jerry tribute. We did 45 minutes of Jerry tribute. Thank you, Melrose.
Okay, Howard, thank you.
Melrose Larry.
Call us and thank us. We reminded everyone of the telethon.
Right. Well, yeah, it's telethon weekend. You got to do your tribute to Jerry. Why people love him. You didn't find the tape, huh?
No.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
I guess we'll have to get another one this year for.
You played it if you played it all the time, what happened to it?
I don't know.
You don't know. He doesn't know.
I wish I had a good answer for you.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break because I feel broken.
You're listening to a man who has had 3 complete rectal exams in his entire life. Howard Stern. You are listening to...
It will completely change your life for the better.
The Howard Stern Show.
Jackie the Joke Man. Jackie Penthouse Joke Page Marlin. His very dirty 79-minute CD, Hot Dog and Donuts, is only $12 plus $4 U.S. shipping. Call 1-800-323-KING. His Oleo CDs go like hotcakes at all Sam Goody and The Warehouse. For new jokes and filthy 3D Joke Man, visit jokeland.com. And you can see Mark Harris tonight and tomorrow night at the Gardenia Room in Hollywood. The show is called Mark Harris Very Live.
I loved her with my heart and soul. Gave her everything, diamonds and gold.
Yeah, baby, diamonds and gold. Bye, bye, baby.
Baby.
You know, as long as we're doing a Jerry Lewis tribute today, I mean, I'm done with it, but if you're just waking up, you missed 45 minutes of me talking about Jerry. Every year before the telethon, I try to talk about Jerry.
That you care.
But, you know, another pompous guy is that Jesse Ventura, the wrestler dude.
The mayor, I mean, the governor.
Yeah, he's funny when he does a press conference. Don't you have tape of that, Gary, his press conference? Dude, slap that on. That's kind of funny, too. He's another guy who's kind of full of himself. I mean, it's a miracle he won the governorship. I mean, it was a goof. Everyone got together and did the goof. Because I know I could have been governor of New York State. I was already at 22% in the polls when I backed out. You know? I mean, I was pretty much a shoo-in. Because you had Pataki, Cuomo, and me running. And Pataki and Cuomo would have split the, anybody who votes with a conscience. And I would have taken the goof vote. And the goof vote's always big. I had people registering. Don't forget about it. 22% on that. 22% in a 3-way race, I win. That's what they figured out. I would have been the governor of New York years ago. I would have been out of office already.
Jesse Ventura.
Oh, yeah. But I would have done it as a goof. I mean, he's really trying to get people to take him seriously, and it's funny.
Oh, he's the head of his party now.
Yeah, he is. He's the head of the, what is that party? That whacked out party?
Oh, God, I can't remember the name of it.
What's that guy's name? Perot.
Perot party, yeah.
Yeah, Roy Perot.
Ross.
Whatever. Ross Perot. Guy made a couple of bucks selling, like, hardware. And now,
computers.
Yeah, for computers and stuff, and now he knows everything. Simple answer, Larry.
Yeah, well, Jesse Ventura wrestled a couple of people, and now he knows.
Now he knows the answers. But he has a way of talking, too, like Jerry. Like, he's very, very self-important.
But I've noticed that he answers every question the same way.
Yeah, and he's angry at every question.
Yeah, you know, people ask him a question, it eventually comes out to the same thing he just answered to the previous question.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. Yeah, what is it?
If we pick it up in the middle of the press conference.
All right.
This guy's a nosebleed.
Oh, that's wrong. This is...
As anything else?
Well, we definitely appreciate the money, and annoying or not, we love the fact that you're doing that for us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, like you better kiss his ass or he's going to yell at you like a wrestler, like a professional wrestler. He's very intimidating. You get the feeling he wants to kick your ass.
Governor, I'm Pat Sweeney from the Pioneer Press.
Governor. And it kills everyone. They got to call him governor.
And there's people screaming, yeah.
You mentioned the taxpayers. Do you think it's appropriate for the taxpayers to be paying guards over here and your aide who are here when you're on vacation?
Well, I would ask you this. Change the law.
I would ask you this. Change the law.
That's no question.
Yeah.
The law says the governor is to be protected.
He sounds like he's like God on the, Moses. The law says the governor is to be protected.
You used to do that God bit, God doing the weather.
Yeah.
It's Jesse's voice.
You will. Today I will make the weather.
24 hours a day. And if you have a problem, I mean, there was no problem when governors went to Minnesota basketball games out of state. There was no problem of anything else. That's the law. If you don't like it, go to the legislature and change the law and say the governor's only to be protected between 8 and 4:30 Monday through Friday.
Governor, one more question, please.
And then maybe what you ought to do, maybe you ought to check on what they do in their jobs. And I'll leave it at that without saying anything more.
In other words, he's the greatest governor that ever lived.
Well, yeah, the other governors were doing goofy things too.
Yeah. They were doing goofy stuff.
They just weren't public about it.
They were wrestling too, but they just didn't tell anyone.
Have some fun, Jesse. You want to have some fun? Do you want to have some fun?
Do I?
Yeah.
When?
How about a little poetry from you by Muhammad Ali?
I thought Al Sharpton was in New York. Next question, please.
Jesse just slayed that guy. Yeah, angry guy. Scary. Governor.
You know I can do it, Ray.
Let's do it, Jesse.
I Am the Greatest by Cassius Clay, number 73. This is the legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today, who talks a great deal and brags indeed of a muscular punch that's incredibly speedy. The fistic world was dull and weary. With a champ like Liston, things had to be dreary. Then someone would come.
What is going on?
This is your governor.
I know. How scary. There's some guy there kissing his ass because he knows, I guess, Jesse does this.
Yeah.
And he's like chanting with him and buying into this. This was a press conference.
There's someone with dash. Rock fight fans are running with cash.
Wow. Standing ovation.
That's Jesse's version of rap. Last question, please.
Braden Roy, Star Tribune. Mr. McMahon, no matter which of these four gets in the ring, the two of them, they can be pretty tough characters. You know how they've roughed up guest referees in the past. Are you willing to make any guarantee for the governor's security while he's in the ring?
Not a damn one.
Oh.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to
let me add something. The day I need security from Vince McMahon. I don't need security.
The day you'll grow hair, right?
Yeah, he doesn't even know how to end his sentence. You know, he starts a sentence, he finds he's lost.
All right. The day I need security from Vince McMahon. Ha, 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 ha.
Write your own jokes.
Stitch in time. Can't even finish a sentence.
We thank you very much for joining us. We will see you all that summer.
Let me make a very bold statement. The day I need security from Vince McMahon is the governor.
Slam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, what can I tell you? Well, the governor pocketed a cool $1 million for that one.
Let me just ask you a question. Change the law.
We should start writing his stuff down. He's the new Dan Quayle. I'm going to ask you one question. Change the law. Okay. Now, how's that a question? Well, put a question mark at the end of it. What do I care? Your problem. Come on, everybody, get happy. Yeah. Jerry. Hallelujah. You ever try to dance to this?
Come, you sinner.
People wonder why Dean drank. Boy. I wonder when Dean got together with Frank Sinatra, they talk. Were they anti-Semitic? Anyway, that's my Jesse Ventura take.
Blame all Jews for...
Yeah. By the way, I pointed out yesterday, ODB has a brand new CD out.
Is this for real?
Yes, called Nigga Please. Nigga Please. It's in the stores now.
A nigga, please. You can never with the dog. A nigga, please. Nigga, I will bury your bones. A nigga, please. I'm the one who burned your home. A nigga, please. Watch your fall like bones.
All right, there it is. Nigga Please. Yes, that's real. Nigga Please. That's it. That's it.
Nigga, please.
So he was promoting when he did that press conference.
Yeah.
Nigga, please.
Of course he was promoting.
This is Howard Stern. So yeah, I asked Howard a question and he insulted me yesterday, man. I asked him a question and he called me a loser, man. Well, if I'm a loser, you're a big loser, Howard, you idiot. I asked you a question and you insulted me. All I asked you is to help me out, to meet this woman. You know what I'm saying? And you insulted me. You idiot. But when somebody gonna come down and kick your little ass, you little punk, because I should. You could talk the talk. Could you walk the walk?
No.
I should come down there and kick your little ass, you punk.
Oh, please.
And Robinson, Jackie Fair, and Mama Blue, they're all together every day. And Casey is kind of gay.
Right.
Howard Stern is the king. Forget about his tiny things. Howard Stern's my hit. On the big show, this is it.
Woo! Yeah, what a day. It's Friday, and yes, we will be playing the Mike Walker game later in the program. And Frank Gifford will be our special guest. Story. I should read the rest of this. I'll read it off the air, and then if it's something good, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
All right, and did you watch the telethon at all?
Oh, yeah, I watched it from time to time. It was very hard to watch because I didn't realize how awful it is. You forget from year to year.
It's gotten even worse than it ever was.
Yeah, well, it's one of the problems is Jerry's friends are so old.
Yeah.
And, like Shecky Green came out, he's shrinking.
Right, and Norm Crosby was hosting for a while.
Yeah, but Shecky was literally shrinking. Shecky used to be a big guy.
Yeah.
And this little guy walked out.
Kind of depressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to give money so they'll just go off the air.
And Charo is, truly frightening at this point.
Had Charo on?
She runs out into the audience. The people want to, the kids want to bail because she's scary.
Coochie. I mean, it's that horrible personality and she's not good looking anymore.
Right. It's an old woman grabbing you and thrusting your face into her boobs.
Those big giant boobs.
Yeah.
Get arrested.
She got the big red scary outfit on.
I know. And you know what's weird about the telethon is it's like a time warp. It's like...
You're back in the 50s.
You're back in the 50s, and it's like... But everyone pretends like they're relevant. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to telethon. This is Jerry Lewis. We've got a great show, and a superstar now is going to be joining us. And then it's a guy spinning plates on his head. You know what I mean? It's like unbelievable.
Right.
A superstar, star of stage, screen...
And then he's...
Norm Crosby, ladies and gentlemen.
Something like, I'm bringing out a comedian of today, an established comedian, and a comedian of tomorrow. And he bring a 40-year-old woman. She's the comedian of tomorrow.
Yeah, some young kid. She's as washed up as Jackie.
And they're doing tributes to everybody. He had a tribute to Henny Youngman.
Really?
Where he and Shecky and this woman sat on stools doing Henny Youngman's jokes.
Oh.
And you realize what a genius Henny is because they're not funny doing his jokes.
Yeah. Tribute.
The Henny Youngman Experience. I tuned in at one point, and Jerry was sitting behind a desk.
Yes. It was almost like the Tonight Show.
Was Ed McMahon there? I didn't see
Ed McMahon was there.
Because I never saw him.
He was there a lot when Jerry wasn't.
I saw Norm Crosby sitting in.
Norm did it a lot yesterday, and Ed did it a lot the day before. And in the middle of the night.
And then I saw Jan Carl.
Yes.
Who's a big deal, evidently.
She's from what?
Entertainment Tonight? She's not even on Entertainment Tonight anymore.
Yeah, she's like the replacement person. And
the very beautiful Jan Carl. I'll turn it over to her.
And boy, can she, just butter people out.
Yeah, she's a real kiss ass.
It's not easy for these people to come here and share their pain with you.
And then Jerry was sitting behind the desk, and Jackie says at the end they wheeled out Jerry in a wheelchair.
I saw the end, and I didn't see him in a wheelchair.
I think it'd be great if Jerry eventually ends up in a wheelchair.
They did take him away because he was suffering from blurred vision or double vision, and he couldn't read the cue cards. So they made him go to sleep. So he slept all night, and then he didn't come back most of yesterday because they kept saying we're saving him for the end of the show.
Well, I tuned in. It must have been near the end because he got up. He did get up. And he did an Al Jolson tribute.
Yes.
A tribute to Al Jolson.
I said, what is this? The time when he's saying we've had enough black contributions?
I pay my tribute to this time of the program to the late and great Al Jolson. Everything seems lovely when you start to roam. The birds singing the day that you stray.
He loves to sing. All these old comics.
Away. Things won't be so lovely when you are all alone. Alone is what you'll be saying when you are
unbelievable.
From home.
Mammy.
Mammy, Mammy, the sun shines east.
What the hell was that?
Can you imagine?
The sun shines west, and I just learned where the sun shines best. Mammy.
He's got balls of steel. It's unbelievable.
I couldn't believe
the biggest balls on the planet.
Separate wheelchair for his balls.
Right, Pat, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard. How are you?
Yo, what's up?
At one point of the show, Robert Goulet's on stage, right? So they show Jerry Lewis. He's at backstage. He's puffing away on cigarettes. Puffing away. I mean, like...
Jerry?
It's
a Jerry quit smoking.
Section. When he's on stage, he's out there, and they're showing him in the audience. He's puffing. Now, this is a guy who was going to die 2 seconds ago.
Right, he's got oxygen just in case he needs it.
Okay, Howard, I love
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys.
That's hysterical.
I don't know. Maybe he saw that wrong.
And my heartstrings are tangled around Alabama. Mammy, I'm coming, and I am sorry that I'm...
Mammy.
Wait.
Isn't Mammy like a black lady?
It's the old black woman who raised you.
Mammy.
Slave woman. Oh, those were the days.
He's singing about the black woman who raised him. Mammy, I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for one of your smiles. Oh, that's what that's about.
Yeah.
Some black woman had to work in the house. Couldn't raise her own kids. Had to be raised.
Oh, Mammy.
Mammy. My kids should sing that.
Mammy, I'm coming. I just hope...
Mammy. Isn't this offensive to black people?
That's what I said. He must have had enough black contributions at that point.
Mammy. Imagine you're a black guy. He wants to be reminded of the fact.
Just tune in, and he's singing Mammy.
They used to call fat black woman Mammy and raise the kids. Was Mommy, Daddy, and Mammy. Jerry, I miss the days when the Negroes were raising our kids. Mammy.
Plus, he's saluting a guy who made a living smearing black paint or shoe polish on his face and pretending to be a black man.
Mammy.
Mammy. Mammy.
What's that? Mammy. Mammy.
Singing Mammy.
Schneidley whiplash.
Dishonest
I walk a million miles for one of your smiles, Miami.
Miami. He's a pisser, man.
He's out of it.
Yeah, he is out of it.
No clue.
He's the greatest. He's Jerry Lewis. He has no shame. He has no self-awareness. I've never seen a human being like this. There's a great, where is this from? Gary gave this to me. Interpage free fax service, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is from The Day the Clown Cried, taken from The King of Comedy.
Oh, okay.
Sean Levy's biography of the comic. Lewis was outraged to discover that a youngster in the film, talking about the time he made that film about Jerry was going to be a concentration camp clown.
Yes.
One of the kids working on the movie looked into the camera. And, you don't do that when you're an actor. You don't look at the camera, evidently. I don't know.
Apparently, yeah.
Characterizing the child, among more printable things, as a sneaky little bitch. Lewis railed, I told her to keep her effing eyes to the front. This is not a beauty pageant. There's no room for Shirley Temple in a concentration camp.
Oh, my God.
This is the guy who's worried about kids.
Yeah, and humiliation.
Yeah. He's worried about humiliation. Young Jerry Lewis was humiliated. Miami.
I've been away.
He's worried about kids. Worried about those other 4 kids, those sons.
Yeah.
Walking around look like they just got buzzed.
The new wife and the daughter he talks about all the time, they're right in the audience, and he's singing songs to them.
Yeah.
But you don't see the other kids.
Yeah.
From you a long time. I never thought I'd miss you so. Somehow I feel this love is real near you.
Mammy. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Rick.
What's happening?
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, I'm really, really starting to appreciate Mark Harris' voice a lot more.
Mammy. Yeah, Mark Harris is better than Jerry Lewis.
It's what a sound.
I know. There's no difference.
No, not at all.
All right, dude, thanks.
a lot, Howard.
Right.
And it's really funny because those musicians behind him, and Jerry says, I got the best. These are the best musicians. He's right. They're very good.
They're good. They're good, except they got a singer who sounds like he's dead. Mammy. Mammy. What a selection. I would rather listen to Mark Harris. Mammy.
It's been some time since we've seen each other. I miss you and wish you were here again. You know how much our friendship meant to me? Well, I have other friends too, but that's just what they are. Friends. You are more than a friend. You see, you're my buddy. Life is a book that we study.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Randy, go ahead.
Yeah, Howard, good morning.
Hey.
My grandmother worked religiously for the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
And that trumpet, by the way.
Hello?
On that trumpet on the Mark Harris song, that they use a human buttocks to use as a mute. Sorry, yeah, you were saying something about the telethon?
Yeah, my grandmother worked religiously for the Telethon. I was a little kid. All I wanted was an autographed picture of this guy, and you wouldn't even give him the time of day.
He's Jerry. You just can't.
And she worked for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Jerry. You can't.
Come on. You can't get near Jerry.
Jerry's busy. Busy doing nothing. All right, we got to take a break. I can talk about Jerry for hours, but.
Yeah, yesterday was his big day.
I hope they clear Benini out of here.
Yeah, we'll be safe in the halls if they haven't.
I'll come back with your phone calls in just a minute.
We have Larry King calling me on our phone, which should be on the line.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Mr. Lewis. What do you think of Howard Stern, the radio personality? How do you like them apples?
I don't think we got Larry King, no. I think it was a phony. Well, you know, we do this show. It's life and death, and it's important, but you're always going to get a schmuck out there. That's okay. What the hell? It's what makes the world go round. They sucked you in pretty good, folks. If Larry King was really going to call me, he'd have called me on my private phone in the dressing room. Okay, we've been had. When you walk through a storm, keep your head.
Oh, we found this.
It's the new version. This is the new one yesterday.
Did he cry?
At the end, but you have to see it
The end of the storm is a golden sky.
Here he goes.
And the sweet silver song.
This was yesterday.
Of a lark.
He's going. The waterworks are coming.
Walk on through the wind. Walk on.
There's a part where he always breaks down in the same exact spot.
Though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on.
There's a lump in his throat.
Walk on.
I think it's a Percodan. I like that he was addicted to Percodan.
Heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart.
I got chills.
And you'll never
There he goes.
walk alone. You'll never walk
Beautiful.
all alone. Thank you. Good night.
He didn't break down. He usually breaks down.
The way he usually does it this year.
Maybe we shamed him. He walks along. The melody was in another building. Wasn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who is this?
I done found these girls on my day off. I work at Hodge's restaurant.
What happened?
I went to McDonald's and to see what's going on. I thought it was a kid got attacked by a pit bull. And I said, you look familiar. They thought I was lying.
Excuse me, Charles, can you start from the beginning and tell us exactly what happened?
Come on,
yes,
baby,
again, if you don't mind.
We're here with you.
I mean, your story is incredible.
Y'all want me to tell this story without Gatorade or nothing?
Right.
I went to McDonald's, came home, I'm eating McDonald's, I hear this screaming. So I see one of my neighbors across the street. Now, it didn't dawn on me who his was. I didn't know we were talking about him, my neighbor. I thought she meant another dude. You know what I mean? The police went in the house and got them. You know what I mean? I guess they were, I don't know, sleep or something. Who knows what's going on in the house? You know what I mean?
Gary was telling me something funny.
What?
I said, save it for the air. It's some funny crap, and then he runs out of here, and you never hear it again. What were you talking about?
It's an article from Spy Magazine.
All right, yeah, listen to this. This is funny.
About that Jerry Lewis movie, The Day the Clown Cried.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Jerry Lewis, for those of you who don't know, years ago, when he was on Percocet, he was taking like 7 a day.
Percodan.
Yeah. He tried to put out a movie that would change his image because he started to think he was a great director. You know how Jerry's so full of himself.
He needed he needed to be validated.
Gary's got tape of, he needed to be validated. Gary's got tape of Jerry Lewis on the Actors Studio.
Really?
He's really full of himself. It's supposed to be funny as hell.
I couldn't believe they had him on the Actors Studio.
Yeah. I think he even calls himself Jerry. You know, when Jerry did this.
Oh, God.
So, Gary, what are you in the middle of eating? He's cleaning those choppers with the tongue.
I had a full mouthful of food.
What do you have?
I have a lox sandwich every morning.
Wow.
Lox and pita bread with lettuce and tomato.
Wow, I mean, he's licking the teeth and...
There's a whole fish caught in my back teeth.
Yeah, he's cleaning with that tongue. Look what's going on. Do that move when you clean the back teeth with the tongue. Look, he's like this.
There's a fin sticking out.
Look at this. It's like that. It's a fin.
Yeah, well,
I think that fish is still alive.
At least that fin ain't spending all my money.
Didn't see that coming.
Well.
Go ahead, lick them.
Are you done licking? Seriously?
I'm done.
All right. Seriously, get it all out.
I'm done.
All right.
Count till it does it again.
What?
Count till he does it again. Go ahead, I'll just watch you. 1.
You count me lick, I'll count the money flying out of your pocket.
2.
All right. So
3. I got the money. 4.
Not for long.
5.
All right. So I don't even know what we're talking about.
Go on.
Okay. So the day the clown cried. So
did you see the picture of the clown?
No. Where'd you get that?
Oh, I emailed it.
He emailed it to us a couple.
Oh, great. Okay, I got to see that. Someone send that to me.
Jerry Lewis is the clown?
It is a sad.
Wow.
I didn't get that email.
I thought you sent it to everyone.
I forwarded it to you.
Oh, I thought.
Send it out to me.
I will.
I had no idea. People send you stuff. You don't know if it's.
So anyway, this is classic. I don't know what year he made the movie. Probably in the 50s.
Yeah.
So Jerry Lewis decided he was going to do his great role as a circus clown at a Nazi concentration camp. He dresses up as a clown. He leads the kids into the gas chamber.
And that's the only way he can stay alive is if he keeps leading the kids happily to the oven.
Yeah, so evidently it was so bad because who's going to go watch that? The producer left and they never released the film. No one's ever seen the film.
Jerry used his own money to finish the film. Remember the producer pulled out.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Well, I found out a lot of interesting things about this movie. For starters, Jerry wasn't the first person that this movie was pitched to.
Yeah.
Milton Berle, Dick Van Dyke, and Bobby Darin all had interest in the movie, but as the article said, they were all smart enough to pass on it.
Right.
Now, when Jerry...
Now, what do you know that Milton Berle passes on?
Bobby Darin.
Yeah, Bobby Darin knew to pass on it. Bobby Darin is the circus clown leading the Jews. I can't believe... First of all, that Roberto Benigni, I don't even know who would go see that movie, the one where he's the
You got suckered into it.
Yeah, we got suckered in because they sent us a free copy.
Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. Some guy I'm running around in a concentration camp having fun. Now Robin Williams is about to do it. Did you see the commercials with the big Jewish star, the pajamas?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the DJ at the concentration camp. What DJ?
Spinning wonderful tales
the
for
Jewish
people in the concentration.
Yeah, I mean, who would go see that? Only some Jew who wants to hit themselves over the head with chains.
I told you when I went to see Schindler's List, there were these people who were talking the whole time the movie was going on, and just as you were about to tell them to shut up, they burst into tears at something that was happening on the screen.
Who would go do that?
I was like, oh my God, this is a nightmare.
Yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you.
That's okay. So, this movie was made in 71.
Right.
And Jerry from
71.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
I didn't know. It makes it even funnier.
Yeah. So this is Jerry talking from his own biography at this point, which he wrote in 82.
Okay.
And he's talking about when they first came to him and asked him to play the part.
Okay.
He said, why don't you try getting Sir Laurence Olivier? I mean, he doesn't find it too difficult to choke to death playing Hamlet. My bag is comedy, Mr. Waxberger. And you're asking me if I'm prepared to deliver helpless kids into the gas chamber. Ho, ho, some laugh. How do I pull it off? And he shrugged and sat back. After a long moment of silence, I picked up the script. What a horror. It must be told.
It must be told.
It must be. So that's how he got into making the movie.
All right, go ahead.
So they talked to a whole bunch of people who had seen the movie.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, the comedian Harry Shearer is one of the guys who's actually seen it.
How many people have actually seen this movie? I heard no one saw
For
it.
this article, it's 8. It says that...
8.
You want to know where
How did 8 people see it?
Yeah.
I heard it was locked in a vault.
Lewis has kept a copy of the rough cut on videotape. He reportedly keeps it in his office, protected from harm and unclassiness by a Louis Vuitton briefcase. Over the years, he has screened it.
Protected from unclassiness?
That's what it says.
Really?
I didn't write
unclassiness?
I'm looking.
All right, go ahead.
Over the years, he has screened it or pieces of it for a number of colleagues and at least one journalist.
And one of the people's Harry Shearer?
One of the people's Harry Shearer. So listen to
He must be a colleague.
You know, Harry's really...
He's not a journalist, is he?
Harry's a really funny guy. I mean, he's got really...
Right, he's great.
He's got a good way with words.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I hear that new Albert Brooks movie. It just made me think of guys who are funny but never get any credit. Albert Brooks movie is supposed to be great. The Muse?
The Muse is really fun. I tell you, I thought it was Sharon Stone's best.
Really? No. Anyway, I don't know. Whenever I hear Harry Shearer, I think Albert Brooks. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is Harry talking about the movie. With most of these kinds of things, you find that the anticipation or the concept is better than the thing itself.
Right.
But seeing this film was really awe-inspiring in the way that you are rarely in the presence of a perfect object. This was a perfect object. This movie is so drastically wrong. Its pathos and its comedy are so wildly misplaced that you could not, in your fantasy of what it might be like, improve on what it really is. Oh my God, that's all you can say.
Really? It's perfectly bad, is what he's saying.
Bad. And then later on...
Oh my God, we might have to talk to Harry Shearer.
We might have to talk to Jerry and ask him for a screening.
Yeah, please, if anyone knows Jerry Lewis, and someone in my audience must, just say, please, I gotta see this movie.
We are the people to watch this film.
Yeah, we just want a screening of it. He doesn't have to be there when we see it. I mean, if he was there, it'd be great. But Oh, I'd do anything to sit and watch that movie with Jerry Lewis in the room.
You know what? Jerry's got that like in a time capsule because, you know, the timing eventually will be right for this movie.
Yeah.
It just won't be in anybody's lifetime.
How can we barter for this? I mean, there's got to be something we can give Jerry.
You know, like one of those big multiple or muscular dystrophy contributions.
Yeah. Robin will give you, Jerry.
Robin?
Yeah. $50,000. Actually, why don't we just get one of his disgruntled sons to steal it?
Because they probably don't get to go to his house.
Right.
We have more accidents.
Yeah. Now, here's what we want. We just want to see the movie. We don't want to give any money.
Now, there's another guy talking about the movie, and how
did he see it?
You know, you
don't know. All right, go ahead.
So the guy's writing the article says, can you describe your sensations as you watch this? And the guy says, I was appalled. I couldn't understand it. It's beyond normal computation. You look at it and think, what must he have been thinking when he did it? Thought about doing it, thought it was good. And then Shira chimes in, I think Jerry probably thought the Academy can't ignore this.
Yeah. Jerry's wacky.
But, you know, why would you show it to people?
Because he still thinks it's good.
Yeah. He's still convinced.
That's what this article basically says. Jerry still thinks it's good.
Yeah. Well, Jerry thinks everything he does is good. I can't imagine Jerry thinks anything he did was bad.
Ability to tell.
I mean, the way Jerry looks, the way he everything is fun. He puts a shot glass in his mouth. He thinks it's brilliant.
Right. He talks about a scene in the movie at the end where he's standing there with all the kids and they haven't started to roll yet. And the kids just, because he's in this clown outfit, just naturally are drawn to him and they start to like pull on him like he's some sort of a god.
Right.
And at that moment, he yells to them to roll the cameras.
Right.
And that's when he does the big dramatic scene where he leads them into the ovens.
Oh. But the kids are naturally drawn to him.
But
the funny part of this article is Milton Berle turned it down. But you know, I mean, I don't think Milton Berle turned down hosting Jackpot Bowling. You know, I mean,
in Jerry's autobiography, he says, one way or another, I'll get it done. This picture must be seen, and if by no one else, at least by every kid in the world.
At by every comedian I know.
Who's only heard there was such a thing as a Holocaust.
Right.
But here's another Harry Shearer quote that I think is really funny.
Go ahead.
The closest I can come to describing the effect is if you flew down to Tijuana and suddenly saw a painting on black velvet of Auschwitz. You'd think, my God, wait a minute. It's not funny. It's not good. And somebody's trying so hard in the wrong way to convey the strong feeling.
Right. It's just completely misguided.
Yes.
Wow. Harry Shearer has seen the film.
Yes.
We got to talk to him.
We must.
Wake him up.
Wake him up immediately.
It talks about all the problems.
Why are we talking to Nancy Sirianni-Martley when Harry Shearer has seen the...
You know, he fired one of the stars of the movie the day the movie started.
Yeah.
You know, financing run out. And then there's a whole argument over some Swedes came in and gave him some money, and that's why there's a whole argument over who owns the movie.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to make a phony phone call to Jerry Lewis. Tell him we're from the Holocaust Museum.
Yes,
we've heard of the movie. And we need to screen the movie. We'll go in disguise. We'll act like we're a bunch of old Jews. We'll act like we're Simon Wiesenthal and we're hunting Nazis. Jerry, we must have this Fakakta movie. We hear it's mind-blowing.
It must be seen.
It must be seen
same way you do.
At the Holocaust Museum.
Jerry took this part so seriously that, like De Niro, he just jumped right into the part and he lost 35 pounds on a grapefruit diet.
Really?
To get down to like
that Auschwitz weight.
Yeah.
The Auschwitz diet. Jerry. Oh, my God, I got to see this movie. Bob Morton, Letterman's old producer, sent me the script.
And how he got the script, you don't know.
I don't know how he got it, but he sent it to me. He says you can buy it on the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's for sale.
But how could we not see this movie?
Come on already. Like, somebody, let's release it.
You know what I'll do? I don't have a website. I don't have a website, but I'll start one so I can show this movie on the web.
We want to release the film.
Yeah. I'll show it on pay-per-view. I'll promote it. Jerry, please. It's time we all made some money off this movie. I'm the one to promote it.
It's time for the world to see.
Yeah, the Holocaust movie starring Jerry Lewis.
I found a little bit.
That's the circus clown.
I found out a little bit more about the clown and his character.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the clown is not a Jew. He's a political prisoner.
Oh.
And they put him in the camp. And he's right next to the Jewish prisoners.
Right.
And the guards all make fun of him because they just don't think he's funny. So they throw him down on the ground and throw him in the mud, and kids start to laugh at him, so the clown goes with it.
I see.
Because he wants to prove to the guards that he's a great clown.
Right.
So then they accidentally put him on a train to Auschwitz, where he entertains the children, and that's where the guards get the idea, hey, he'd be good for getting the kids in the...
Hogan, I have an idea. Put on the clown uniform, Hogan.
The big shoes?
What's the clown's name? Helmut?
Helmut. It was actually changed.
Really?
Yeah.
Helmut the clown. Helmut, you crazy clown. Get in here, Helmut.
It was the clown's original name was Carl Schmidt, but Jerry immediately changed it to a more Jerry-like Helmut Dork.
Helmut Dork.
D-O-O-R-K.
That was Jerry's innovation for the script.
I need to change things.
Wait a minute.
It's going to be Helmut Dork.
He's not Carl Schmidt.
Because Dork in Yiddish is penis.
He's Helmut Dork.
Helmut Hagen.
I just want to read.
Helmut, the Commandant is coming. Schnell. What?
This is the writer talking.
Yeah.
Lewis endured sinking his own wealth into the filming of a property he didn't own on the assumption that audiences who had loved him imitating retards would now want to see him escorting children to their death.
Yeah. Man.
He was really out of his mind.
And they go on to talk about even the woman that was in the movie, who's a Swede, goes on to talk about how the Percodan definitely was having an effect.
That's good.
You still coming from?
All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this program. Hey, now. We're like a little club. We get together every morning to... Hey, now. To what? To listen to me. Hey, pussy is dead. Big pussy is dead. Hard to believe. I had to stay up and watch it. Yeah. I had to watch Big Pussy and take it.
Pussy drowned.
Pussy drowned.
Pussy's at the bottom of the sea.
Pussy's out of it. Wet pussy. How are you? Did you watch it last night?
Oh, yeah.
You did. Are you tired?
I think it was great.
I didn't either. They're carrying on. It wasn't the best episode. Last week was much better.
That's what I thought. Last week was the real climax, and this one had little punch. Funny.
Yeah, it was funny. And, but you see, it's like the problem with a show like that, now it's become so good that there's too much anticipation. Everyone's waiting for some mind-blowing episode.
Right. If they hadn't built it up so much, like, oh, my God, what's going to happen in the last episode, it would have been all right.
You know what it makes me realize? What a dope Francis Ford Coppola is. Like, he did a great movie, Godfather 1 and 2. Those are great movies. But he couldn't get a good third one out of it? These guys, every week these guys have a good episode.
What happened there? He had years.
No excuse. That's my point. Sopranos should be Godfather 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 10, and 30. It's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Did you think that Meadow was going to get shot at graduation? Did that go through anybody's head?
No. Well, you're on crack, so...
Yeah, don't think that what goes through your head goes through anybody else.
Isn't that funny how Jackie thinks things... Like
he thinks he's on everybody's wavelength.
I know.
I think that guy Richie has a son floating around, right? Who hated Tony anyway.
Yeah, that's true. He does have a son.
And just stole something.
Richie's son is gay.
Yeah. What's he going to do? Take on Tony Soprano?
He's going to beat him with his purse. Death.
Yeah, he beat him with his purse. What do you say? And nobody's going to know Richie. Richie just disappeared.
Yeah, nobody even knows he's dead yet.
Nobody cares. They never explained, they didn't say a word last night about Richie.
No, right.
Everybody says Richie left town.
Yeah.
Right. Richie had to leave suddenly.
Did you like the weird stuff? Did you dig the talking fish?
No, I don't like it.
I know. It was a little too much dreaming for me.
Yeah. I don't like dreaming. I like reality.
This is a real show. He shouldn't be dreaming that much.
Right, stop the dreaming.
And the vomiting and the farting was the first
unnecessary.
Yeah, it was enough.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying it, but it was unnecessary.
But you know what? Okay, so he had, it was funny to watch him run to with the farting through the door.
Right. Unnecessary, flatulent humor.
Like my wife said.
Childish.
It was juvenile.
Yeah, I like it. Bonus and parts. Like my wife said, those people are vile enough already.
Right.
Them even more vile.
Right.
Bella, I don't want you to see me like this.
Where are they, there's always Italian dudes who take offense to anything mafia. Where are those people? I read one letter to the editor. I know what it was. Yeah. I think one of the newspapers this weekend, either the Post or the Daily News, maybe it was the Daily News, did a thing where they went around to different prominent people and said, do you watch The Sopranos? If so, how do you think it's going to end? And then one guy, the head of the Italian something or other.
Anti-defamation.
Yeah, right. He goes, I don't care what happens to any of them. They're all bile.
Yeah, I did read that.
Right.
Yeah, they should all die.
They should all die.
Blow up or something.
Yeah, you read that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went, oh, there it is. I've been waiting for that.
Jackie and I had a really
where's that guy with Fugazi? Where is he?
Yeah, he's been very quiet.
Yeah, well, he should be out there screaming about the Sopranos and how all Italians aren't in the mob.
It's captured everyone.
Well, Dr. Cusimano, though, he's a good Italian.
Yeah, but he still hangs with Tony.
I have yet to meet a mafia person.
Oh, yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I have. You haven't been with us. We met him.
Well, see, I don't, I meet Italians I've never met. I'm like, are you in the mafia? Nobody's ever in the mafia.
I know what you mean. And a lot of them pretend to be the mafia. A lot of wannabes.
Jackie and I had a funny incident a couple of years ago. You know, talk about those anti-defamation people.
Right.
We went to go to the movies at a movie theater up on the west side.
Right.
So we're going. It was like one of those 8-plexes. So we're going to see There's Something About Mary, but that movie Mafia was playing, which is like the airplane of Italian movies.
Yeah.
So we get out of the car, and there's like 30 people. They're protesting with megaphones and everything. So this guy runs over to me, and he starts going, I said, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, we're protesting the movie Mafia because it makes fun of Italians. I go, don't you have anything better to do with your life? I go, what's your favorite movie ever? The guy goes, Godfather. I go, how come that movie's okay and this movie's not?
Yeah, the rest of them.
And he goes, come on, Gary, you're Italian. You should be out here with us. I go, I got a life, man. I'm
Get lost.
Can you imagine?
But you know what's really funny is they start screaming at the actors who take the role.
Yeah.
Right.
Why are you doing
Yeah,
that?
they're yelling at Armand DeSantis. Who's lucky to get anywhere.
Right.
He's working. He's happy.
Guy finally got a job. Could care less. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I know. I love when the Italian guys come out and they start complaining. And then, but then and then whenever I meet a successful Italian guy, like an Italian car dealer or something, I go, he's tied to the mob. You know what I mean? I always assume that. Don't you?
Not a car dealer, but once you start, I mean, really, where I live, it's private karting.
Anybody in construction and karting, right?
And every single guy in private karting is Italian.
Right.
You know, that's sort of weird.
Yeah, and
you know what's really freaking me out? You know, because now they're showing you that, like, the guys who sell those cheap phone cards are guys, you know, the mob put them out there. The guys with those fake purses. You know, it's like, man, the mob is really wild.
But do the mob run the black Nigerian guys that sell watches on the corner? That's what I'm wondering.
That's what Richie says.
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. I never yelled at a garbage man.
Doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid. Big Black, you're on the air.
Yo. How's it going?
Hey, man.
Did you get to check out Cousin Brucie's Telethon this weekend?
No, I
was
forgot.
this the Cousin Brucie Telethon weekend?
What is that called? What telethon? Variety?
Isn't it?
Yeah, Variety, Children, something. You know?
Kathy Lee on it?
She gave it up.
No, they had someone who sang just as bad as Kathy Lee.
Right.
But the funny thing that I saw was...
I watched the Cousin Brucie doo-wop show.
Oh, really? You were over there.
Cousin Brucie, 2 weeks ago on Channel 13. It was Channel 13, wasn't it? You saw it. Yeah, it was PBS. He had a Cousin Brucie doo-wop. Really?
Do we really need public television to bring us doo-wop?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out. Was it an infomercial? Were they selling you something?
No. That's what I thought it was at first. It was to raise money, you know, during Pledge Week. It was a doo-wop show, but you know how long that thing was? It was like 4 hours long.
It was like on and on.
Really raise money with that?
And they're doing a tight shot of him with that bad wig on his head. I wish he'd take that off.
And they keep rerunning it.
Hey, this is Cousin Brucie. You know, doo-woppers. I defy you to watch it, too. I got some tape of it.
Yeah?
It's so boring. You can't possibly pay attention. I don't even know what he's saying here. All it sounds like to me is like...
He still does that, huh?
Well, this is it, cousins. Hi, everybody. This is your Cousin Brucie.
And this is TV, and he's got that echo chamber on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, you know... How come you're Brucie?
Yeah, it sounds like he's in his basement.
Do you think when you get the Cousin Brucie contract, it says, you know, must have echo?
I don't know.
And welcome to my live doo-wop party. This is 13. You know what we're doing, and we are very excited here. You see, this building is rocking, right, about what's happening. Cousins, we are going to enjoy ourselves with a celebration of 50 years, roots of rock and roll music. And we have the artists who wrote the book. We got them. The melodies, the lyrics, the feelings in our bellies. You know what I'm saying? All of this.
No, I have no idea what you're saying.
You know what we're doing. No, I don't.
Then the big interview
what
happens.
Are you saying?
The biggest, you know, it's a doo-wop show. So Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge come out.
I love them.
Yeah, and Cousin Brucie's like,
the big star.
He does a big interview.
Let's talk about this music a little bit. Something is happening. Now, they had this Doo-Wop 50 show on in the 50s. They tell you, about December. You were on that show. And we're showing parts of it, a lot of it today, and we got lost it. This music, something is happening. Suddenly, it's not only getting exciting, but it's getting more exciting. It's living more today.
Paul.
He's getting bigger, but
this music, doo-wop is dead. I mean, let's be honest. I don't hear it coming back. Do you?
Jackie's the only one keeping it.
But I don't hear it coming back. Look,
It was an exciting music, as you said.
and the guy from Brooklyn Bridge is happy to be on TV.
Yeah, it's the kind of music that, well, you can sing to the songs.
Isn't PBS supposed to teach kids to read instead of putting Cousin Brucie on there with doo-wop music?
That's what they do during pledges.
Yeah, how is it?
I thought it was supposed to bring you culture. I don't think this is it.
My wig is culture.
But they figured out a long time ago if they bring you culture during pledge drive, nobody's going to watch.
They'll never make any money.
And most of the songs were about love. You know, you spoke about the girl you lost, the girl you want to get, you know, and that was the hardest thing you had to think about back then.
Today they talk about the girl they got or had last night. I mean, it's a little different. a little.
Everyone's breaking up over Cousin Brucie. See, Cousin Brucie. Everyone's talking about girl they had last night. Today,
Girl they had last night.
I said something funny.
I'm interviewing a guy who had a hit 2.5 million years ago.
Ooh, I'm getting outrageous.
Johnny Maestro is the big gun because he not only is the lead singer of 16 Candles, as the lead singer of the Cratez, I learned, but he was also the lead singer of Johnny Maestro on the Brooklyn Bridge. So
Right.
He's got many hits.
So you know way too much already about Johnny Maestro.
I had to watch this thing.
A little simpler, clean, fun, and I think everybody just loves the memories. Now you're going to hang around with it. It's the roots of rock and roll.
The echo chamber comes off for the interview. Did you notice that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's like, when does the echo chamber come on, and who works it? And there's a
I
whole
was wondering if he walked around with his own echo chamber. So
maybe it's his head rattling around. I don't know. What do you got?
Me?
Yeah, you got a tape?
Oh, yeah, from the telethon that he had. What they did is they had this telethon for, like, disabled children. So they bring out Meadowlark Lemon from the Harlem Globetrotters to play, like, catch with these kids. And, of course, he's, like, bouncing the ball off his head, and he's, like, faking them out. And he's, like, hitting them in the head with the basketball.
He's hitting kids in a wheelchair with the head?
Disabled kids.
They're not in a wheelchair, but they're, like, they're, like, disabled. They can barely stand.
They're on crutches and stuff?
So, like he's goofing around with the ball and hitting him in the head with it?
Yeah.
It's like a gym teacher.
Okay, now you gotta be able to kiss this.
We can't see it, though.
You gotta wake up there. You gotta wake up. Now, come on.
Come on, wake up.
Okay, now you ready? Okay.
What if you knocked it even over?
Sorry about that. That was a little too quick for you. Okay, let's try to wrap around fast. Got to sit on sweet Georgia Brown. Oh, so neat as sweet Georgia Brown. Stay all side and
All right, I think I had enough.
All right, the kids
Yeah, we can't see it, dude.
Oh, yeah. One other thing.
Oh,
that little fact.
Did you hear this rumor about Mariah Carey?
What's the rumor?
That she got sick because she was upset because her boyfriend's cheating on her?
Well, there are reports in the tabloids that her boyfriend had his whole girlfriend on the yacht overnight.
I saw that on
What's wrong with her, man? Can't a hot chick like that figure out her love life?
Do we know who her boyfriend is?
Yeah, he's some Mexican singer.
Luis Miguel. He's like this really hot-looking Spanish dude.
When is she gonna?
Hot looking?
When is she gonna? He's hot looking. When is she gonna realize that, like, she doesn't have to put up with that crap?
But I saw that they had video of it on a Spanish entertainment show. They show her at like 1:30 at night. She goes to the private dock because he lives on an island that's off the coast of Miami that you only can get at two from this private dock. So this hot chick who works on Spanish TV was at this.
This is pathetic. I don't want to hear this. I mean, Mariah Carey doesn't know how to straighten out her life.
Big black speculation that she got sick because of that.
No, but you heard the rumor too, didn't you, Robin?
I didn't know it was related to her illness. I just know the guy had a girl on his boat.
Whatever. Hey, thanks, man.
BigBlack.com, y'all.
Tommy Mottola did right by her. He made her rich and gave her a rotten self-image. Turned her into a perfect chick.
Set her up.
Yeah. Tommy's the man.
That's horrible.
Prepared to take.
What a thing to say.
Tommy, my bro.
He wouldn't do that.
Tommy, you the man.
He must be a man. He convinced her that she's got a rotten self-image because she's hot.
Well, we don't know that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, please, I know it.
Oh, well, you know something I don't.
Right. He broke her like a stallion.
Just like a rodeo.
Oh, I thought she left him.
Oh. Nobody leaves Tommy.
That's what you think.
That's what you think. All right, let me take a break.
I'm throwing facts.
And we'll come back and we'll get the show going. We got a big show today. Today, a man will flush his head in the toilet. Homeless Jeopardy for $10,000. A homeless person will win. And we're also going to have a discussion about who is the gay intern, because we think all of our male interns are gay.
It seems that way this month.
Yeah, well, let's give them a chance to explain. We'll be back right after this.
Howard Stern. You're listening to a man with pretty feet.
Dude, this is pretty up right here.
Howard Stern.
You still coming from?
Hey, before you read the news, let me just let Michael Aronin in here, the CP comic, who has a funny story. He got thrown off the muscular dystrophy telethon. And
how could you throw him off?
I don't know. He was supposed to perform, and now he's saying they kicked him out.
They don't want people with muscular dystrophy on the telethon.
You're not kidding. Hey, what is it, Nate? Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you got that guy off the phone, Geraldo. I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but, I mean, when I tuned into him, that haircut is just vile. I mean, really, man, he needs to cut that off. He looks like a cross between Ricky Martin and friggin'
All right, thank you for the call.
Elvis.
All right, thank you.
Hey, wait, hold up, man.
Yeah, well, what can we do for you?
I wanted to ask you a question about, what were your views on, the Ellen DeGeneres? What's your wife's name?
I gotta go.
Call him later.
Later?
Well, Ellen, you're calling up about people you don't know their name, and I talked about it 20 times. I've read articles.
I know. I'm just saying though.
I don't have a view on it.
She's lucky she didn't run into me. I tell you what, if she was high on ecstasy and she came to my house, I mean, she's lucky she didn't end up, somewhere where. I mean, because I do ecstasy.
Well, yeah, I think what you're saying is if she showed up at your house, you would have raped her.
No, I wouldn't have.
Okay. People who can't speak use a little foul language. Right in front of my microphone is, of course, I don't have much time, but Michael Aronin.
Hi, Howard.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
It's good to see you, Michael.
Thanks.
You are a CP comic.
Yes, and I came up originally because I was going to be on the Jerry Lewis telethon.
I know. What happened? Why'd they throw you off?
I think they just overbooked, and because it's in Los Angeles this year, I think they have easy access to everyone.
Yeah, but I mean,
big enough, is that what you're saying?
But you got CP. That's perfect for the telethon. Why not let a handicapped guy get on there and get a shot?
Yeah, and the guy who casted it was really, really professional and just called me himself and felt very bad and explained what happened. And
I don't like it. You should be a little, you're too nice a guy.
It sounds like the MDA is not friendly to people with it.
That's right.
No, again, I would like to say, things happen. I mean, how many people...
Well, this would have been a nice break.
Apologize.
Yeah.
Don't apologize. How's your career going? Are things still shaky?
Things are good, but what I'm moving into for the last few years, I do a lot of inspirational speaking.
Really?
Who could he inspire?
I'm not feeling that inspired. You know what kills me with you? God is, if there's a God, and I don't think there is.
He's a wagyu.
He's a dick, and I'll tell you why. Not only has this guy got CP, he's bald and he's short. Really, what is
He didn't
it?
give him anything.
What kind of game is God playing?
You know, they always say God gives you something. He didn't get anything.
Yeah, come on. Do you at least have a big penis?
Yes, and I have 2 beautiful children and 1 on the way.
Oh, you do? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe.
A great marriage.
Right. White woman?
He's the guy.
Is it a white woman?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But he's the guy with a great marriage.
Yeah, there's the guy with a great marriage.
But what I do a lot now, Howard, is I speaking a lot of high schools.
Oh, you do?
And it's great when they bring down the whole high school.
I bet you bring him down for sure. No, but in all seriousness, who's a better inspiration than you? Here's a guy who had a handicap. You could have sat in your house, collected disability. No, you went out there and you tried to make it. Right, you didn't make it, but at least you tried. Right. You're married, though.
Yes.
I didn't know. Do you run around on your wife?
No.
You ever take your wife on a boat ride after you just banged some girl? No.
No, but
His wife can feel pretty secure, don't you?
Yeah. You don't went to bed, do you?
No.
No,
You're ahead of the game.
that's someone who's seriously troubled.
But,
Do you think you being banned from the MDA telethon that Jerry Lewis might hate being around handicapped people? Is that a possible theory?
No, I don't think I was banned. I just think what happened, I really think the guy who...
How could you turn him down?
Yeah, he's such a good guy.
You bump somebody who's fine.
When I take over the telethon after Jerry kicks, I'm going to have you on, buddy.
Thanks.
All right.
What I'm really looking to do, if I may say, is
I don't mind if you say it, just get it out already.
Become
I'm just kidding.
reoccurring character on a sitcom and then speak in between being on a sitcom.
What did you know,
sort of like Newman was on Seinfeld, where he was there every third or fourth.
You would like a reoccurring role in a sitcom, is what you're saying.
Right, and then go out and speak.
What would he play?
You could play a guy. So you
But
guys
wait a minute, I mean, has he...
Because he's handicapped don't mean he can't play a guy.
Does he see a show he sees himself in?
Yeah.
What?
What show?
I really respect a lot of shows.
Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah, I love that show. I love King of Queens.
You want to be on that show?
Sure.
What would you do?
He would be a character. Ray Romano's show needs something. It's not doing well.
And
It's only the #1 show.
I think with me, there's a lot of ways a show can go.
Oh,
Right.
boy.
Why don't you star in the Michael J. Fox story?
Oh.
You got that down. Hey, listen, Michael, you're a great guy. You know that.
Has Michael thought of writing himself into some of these shows? Have you got a script in mind so you could give somebody an idea? Or should we come up with the idea for you?
No, again, I just would like to try to build a name.
Let me tell you something, Michael. I got a production company. I got a show in mind for you. You and Christopher Reeve are dance instructors. If this isn't the biggest show ever, I'm telling you, it'll be great.
Fine.
All right?
Sure.
And maybe we'll even do like a Survivor thing, where you're like in a mall. That's it. You got to get around. Well, who wants to be a CP millionaire? I don't know.
Everybody wants somebody to write him into a sitcom.
Yeah, well.
No, but I just think...
Yeah, but he wants it. He's just telling you what he wants.
I just think throughout the years, even though we've come forward with like gay issues and stuff like that.
Oh yes.
We're real forward. We're still dragging him from cars.
There are really no...
Well, I'm going to tell you, I knew this was a dream of yours, so I called Bette Midler. Yes, I did. And she says, no way, Jose. All right, listen to me. No, I did not call her, but maybe I will. To find out where Michael Aronin is performing, and this guy is funny, and to book Michael for inspirational speeches, you go to...
How many do you do a year?
About 20.
Oh.
Would you consider being a lifeguard on Son of the Beach?
Sure.
All right, let me think about it. I think we're going to be picked up for a whole next season, 13 more.
25 people drown.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Out of the water. Out of the water. You know...
Can you say I'm a member of SPF 30?
Oh, please. MichaelAronin.com. Go there, and you can find out all the information. Michael, you know how to spell. Aronin is A-R-O-N-I-N. MichaelAronin.com. He will not be on the muscular dystrophy telethon. Jerry, for some reason...
Don't look for him there.
Don't look for him there. Would have been a nice break for the guy.
So now he's trying to get on a sitcom, because Jerry won't have
I'm thinking of putting him on Son of the Beach as a lifeguard.
Okay.
And,
He'll bring you back every third week.
How do you look in a bathing suit?
Great, a thong I prefer.
All right.
I think what's great about the speaking is just there's nothing like having a room full of 500 people.
How long does the speech take?
Usually I'm on anywhere 30 minutes to an hour, kicking off a conference or speaking at a luncheon.
Well, you're a great inspiration.
Thanks.
And that's MichaelAronin.com. Check him out.
How he opens the speech.
I'd love to hear that speech.
Thank you.
And you know how sensitive kids are. High school kids. How tall are you, bro?
I am 5'4".
That's what I think you're lying. I think you're 5'2".
Oh.
I'm just kidding, Michael. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Thanks for coming in. Anything I can do for you? All right, take care, Michael. There's Michael Aronin, the CP comic.
Through a storm, keep your chin up high.
Forget the opening speech. How's he opening the door?
Be afraid.
Oh.
You still coming from?
Howard Stern.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program David Hyde Pierce. Thank you very much for coming back. You were supposed to be with us last night.
Yes.
And I'm very, very sorry. We ran out of time.
Got bumped.
Yes, you did. You got bumped in the vernacular of the venue. And I'm sorry. Thank you for coming back.
It's all right. I don't know. I'm sure everyone was watching last night, but Howard Stern was
he's a shock jock.
He was shock jock, which I always thought was sort of a locker room prank, but I guess it's
hooking something up to a battery.
That's
is that
right,
what you're
exactly.
suggesting? Yeah.
But he was Howard was the first guest, and he unaccountably talked a lot.
Yeah.
And
hard to predict with Howard.
I know. Who knew? Who knew? But and I should have known.
You had a sense?
I had a sense. Yes. There were 2 warning signs that I might get bumped. The first one was when I arrived at the theater. There's a huge crowd of autograph seekers outside the stage door.
Made you feel good.
Made me feel very good.
Yeah.
And they all had copies of Howard's book.
Oh.
To sign. And when I got out of the limousine, as one person, they all said, "Oh, it's and I went inside." But now, see, and the second warning sign, which I realized because I was watching the interview from my dressing room, all made up.
It was fascinating, wasn't it?
It was just, it was incredible. But what I noticed, because there's a lot of talk about the physical resemblance between Kelsey and me. It's one of the ways I got on the show. Howard Stern and I could be twins. And it's not just the obvious physical resemblance. It's an inner thing. And I just thought, well, who wants to see a show of all the same things?
That's right. So too much of a good thing would tire anyone.
Exactly.
Well, here exactly is why you got bumped. Roll it, Hal. We had no control over this last night, and then you just kept doing that. And all right, that's okay. That's made us all sick. Now,
at least it was for a good cause. I feel better now that I.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
Gary, this is John Smith. I'm calling to wish you a slightly belated happy birthday. Also, I wanted to ask you if you could to let Howard know that they raising that I was even more in a depressed mode yesterday is simply just a very miserable guy. So I'm sorry if I brought the show down somewhat. And that's all, Gary. By the way, Sal the stockbroker is an annoying prick. Okay, well, goodbye, Gary.
Oh, he never gives up.
Yeah, he just keeps on going like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, this one right here goes out to all my baby's mamas, my legitimate baby's mama, and all the other mamas of all the other babies that called me baby when I was making them a mama. Can I get an amen?
Little Jessie Jackson.
Jackson. No. Jessie's for real. Never meant to go and broke. We ain't
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jackson.
An apology to the wife,
Sorry for the many things I've done. I misused some funds. I put my salami between some buns. Late at night, I would take off my reverend's collar, and then I would make a couple of bitches holler. It's a good thing that I am a man of the cloth, because when I was done, I used it to wipe something off.
Yeah.
But as you can tell, I digress, and that's how I got into this mess. I just want to give Mrs. Jackson my apology that I dabbled in some amateur gynecology.
He's sorry, Miss Jackson.
He's so sorry.
Jessie's for real.
You know, they figured it out. Jesse Jackson is no longer the leading black leader. It's now Chris Rock.
Is it?
Yes.
Who figured that out?
I did. I'm spreading that rumor. So many rumors I'm spreading. Anyway, I just want to tell you that we are joined by Ron Zimmerman today, and Craig Gass is here tonight.
How you doing?
I mean, this morning, wherever we are.
Whatever time it is.
Craig will be performing at the
Boston Comedy Club.
in Greenwich Village.
Greenwich Village.
Yeah,
If you want more information, send your hate mail or love to IHateComedians@yahoo.com.
You got your own web page or something?
No, it's just my email address. I haven't got a web page up. I've always been kind of against anything that promotes your comedy career. I never even got an 8x10 for...
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you're doing so well.
You don't want to promote your comedy career.
Well, I got into comedy because I hated comedians.
He's the anti-comedian.
Yeah.
So it's working out well.
Yeah, no wonder he does Cabby so well. He's got the same kind of logic.
Right? You got that logic.
That's funny, isn't it, Howard?
Yeah, what do you think of a comedian who won't even get a headshot?
No, what do you think?
I think that's great, don't you?
I think it's great, too.
Yeah, right. That'll go far. Yeah, right. Totally. All right. This I'm excited about. A guy called yesterday claiming to be with Jerry Lewis in some capacity, his PR guy or something.
And he said Jerry Lewis was going to call him?
Yeah, because Jerry Lewis is upset. I said, what is he upset about? He said, why don't you let Jerry speak for himself?
Okay.
So here he is. Mr. Lewis.
Yes, good morning. Is this Mr. Stern?
Yes.
I can't tell you how happy I am that you've given me this forum.
Well, listen.
Listen, let me speak.
Okay.
For years, you have been vicious, and you've been ludicrous in what you say about me and my friends.
First of all, how would you know...
Are you going to let me talk,
I'm going to let you
right off the bat?
No, I'm going to let you talk, but I just don't want you giving out any kind of false information.
I ain't giving out any false information. You've been doing it for years.
No. Hold it a second. First of all, I've spoken about you in the past. Yes, in a harsh way, but it's all been true.
Look, king of all media, this is the king of comedy.
Right.
The king of telethons. I am also, I'll have you know, and the world knows this already, I am the ambassador of love and giving love.
Yeah, but to prove
and what you do is spread viciousness.
Right. Well,
I've entertained people across the world of all ages, across the sea and abroad.
Why are you calling my show? I mean,
listen.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I hate you.
You hate me.
You sicken me.
Why? Why do I sicken you?
Listen, I don't like your show.
Right.
I'm not a fan of your shenanigans and hijinks.
Right.
And I will not be hoodwinked into this fakakta shikola.
So you've never listened to the show.
I've never. It's Meshuggah.
So then why would you be upset about the show if you've never heard it?
If I listened to your show, I'd get the spilkies.
Right.
Listen, and shut up, Aunt Jemima.
Oh, wow.
Look, listen, learn.
The true colors of Jerry Lewis.
Jerry.
Hey, did I happen to say that ladies ain't funny?
Right, you did say ladies
I
are
did say that, so go make me some pancakes, Mrs. Butterwood.
All right, so, Jerry.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the show.
You must listen to Imus.
Listen, Torch Monkey.
Oh, you are racist.
Look, I'm just giving you what you want.
Well, let me tell you
something. This is what you dish out to the people.
No, I
every
never
day.
do that. I never say things like that.
Oh, my God, you lie like a mother.
How? You don't know? You never heard the show.
Look, I'm not a fan. I don't listen.
Right.
Having some wacko call my telephone and pull pranks during live news coverage in tragic circumstances ain't comedy. It's sabotage or sabotage.
All right.
It's terrorism.
Jerry, listen.
Listen, you got, stuttering people, stammering,
Jerry, you're making me laugh for the first time.
Yeah,
Listen.
finally, you're funny.
Nigga, please.
Oh, whoa. What did you say?
Listen.
Oh.
I've said this before, the ladies ain't funny.
All right.
You are, though. I never thought you were funny
You
before.
are funny.
The French are right.
Look, Roloflana.
Listen to me.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Jerry, why don't you go to France where they appreciate someone like you?
Listen, they appreciate you, too. We're two powerful Jews surrounded by Goyim.
All right, Jerry, I think your point is that you don't like what I have to say.
I hate your show. I especially hate it that when I'm accidentally watching the E! show, they blurt out the women's breasts.
So
I mean, how come they can show a lady getting her boobs sawed off in surgery on the Learning Channel, but they can't show a nice porn star's rack?
All right,
That ain't right.
So, Jerry...
Make up your mind which side of the fence
Yeah,
you're
which
on,
side?
Jerry.
So now you say you never heard the show. But
I never listened to your goddamn show.
All right, Jerry.
It makes me ill. It makes me get palsy.
Jerry.
My God, making fun of Kelsey Grammer's wife and her irritable bowel syndrome.
You don't think that's funny?
IBS is no laughing matter to Camille and millions of other people. Matter of fact, I might do a telethon for people with ass explosions and rectal leakage.
Well, there's a comedian here who really hates you. His name is Sam Kinison. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Jerry, what's going on? It's Sam Kinison.
Tell Dean I said hi.
Yeah, Dean hates your ass.
Okay, good.
Hey, listen.
Look, I don't need to talk to puppets. Put them away.
No, actually, I'm not a puppet.
Put them away.
No, actually, this is the spirit of Sam Kinison. I speak through Craig Gass in joke form. Listen, Gilda Radner wants to kick your ass, man. She's tired of your stuff.
Listen, Sam, you know this. Name one funny lady comedian.
Can you name a funny lady comedian, Sam?
Gilda Radner, Phyllis Diller.
Oh, Jesus. They look like mops.
I nailed them both.
Come on!
Sam, Jerry, you have to admit Sam was one of the greatest comedians.
I have to admit that?
And if Sam says, Sam, you certainly know funny women, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. And Sam, you love this show. You love the show.
Of course.
Of course.
Sam, I got one. How many female comedians does it take to change a light bulb? How many funny female comedians does it take to change a light bulb?
How many is that?
One, but good luck finding one.
At least you crack yourself.
All right, Jerry.
Oh, God, I hurt myself. I need another Percodan.
Hey, Jerry, let me just say something to you. I don't find you funny. I find you to be a pompous ass.
Speaking of women.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I really think you ought to just get a real good grip on yourself.
Howard, please take note. Some
Where
people
are your
see
four
me as
sons?
arrogant.
Where are
Others
your
see
sons?
me who is humble. And some see a kind man. Others see someone who ain't so nice.
Right.
And
some
why
see a human seesaw by the seaside.
Why when you tell a bad joke, you have to make those stupid faces and the noises?
Right.
Listen, if I want to talk to a slave, I'll go to the unemployment line.
Oh, come on. This is outrageous.
See, that's the level of your humor.
Oh, here's the level of my humor. What's black and white and has three eyes?
Look in your pants. You must be a woman. You're not funny.
Wow.
Howard, are we going to have a conversation at any point in this interview?
Jerry, I am trying so hard to get a word in with you. You're just filibustering.
Are you kidding me? I've been up all night admiring myself in the mirror.
I rest my case.
All right, Jerry.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
If a woman can walk up to me and say, my son was killed in Vietnam,
right,
and you're the first one that's made me laugh in 17 years, that's incredible.
All right, so you are confident.
That never happened.
Listen to me, please. My God, I'm 75 years old.
What color is your hair today is what we want to know.
It's funny you should say that. I got an appointment at the Jiffy Lube for an oil change in a half hour.
All right, Jerry.
Hopefully it won't be Dale Earnhardt's pit crew.
All right, Jerry, listen. I have to go. I have to move the show along.
Don't move it along.
I have to.
Listen.
I think your point was well made.
I think you owe me an apology. I think you owe my friends in Hollywood an apology.
Who are your friends? Who are your friends?
Everybody is my friend.
Dean Martin was not your friend.
Dean Martin is a friend and a lover.
No, Dean Martin was not your friend.
I can tell you that you were wrong. You were just having fun, and you're making me spooky.
And Dean was the best thing that ever happened to you, and you know it.
Please, Howard, can I just ask you one personal thing for me this year?
Wait a minute. I know how to tell if this is really... What did you invent?
What do you mean? What?
What did you invent?
Bad jokes.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, I feel the pain on that one. Oh, God, I'm going to cry. I'm going to break down and cry.
Who are your friends?
You know, I've made a lot of money just going, Lady! And I will continue doing that. I got 20 more years of comedy still in me. And if you don't believe, you can check my stool sample.
All right, Jerry, who are your friends besides Lorna Luft? Who are your friends?
Lorna Luft?
That's right.
You want to know my friends?
Yeah.
The people that help me with the telethon every year.
And how do you spend your day now that you're semi-retired? I mean, you don't, I don't see you going out, except for the telethon. I hardly see you.
I'm 75, but I make Gloria Stewart look like Miss Teen USA.
Yeah, and what do you do?
Yank my doodle, it's a dandy.
And what do you do all day?
What do I do all day?
Yeah.
I do this. I sit around my office. I make plans for the telethon. I'm taking a break from my rehearsal, the 36th year as the national chairman of the MDA Labor Day Telethon.
What will be your major ailment this year to make the telethon dramatic?
I think you're giving me one.
Do me a favor and answer this honestly, if you can. Do you ever steal any of that telethon money?
Well, let's just say that...
He doesn't have to steal it.
Howard, I just hope that with your new contract and all the money you make, that you write me a nice big check for my kids.
All right.
I want you to dig deep this year.
All right, Jerry.
And I ain't talking about the cripple kids. I'm talking about my own 4 boys.
Oh, I see. Your own 4 boys need a check.
I need some hush money from the tabloids. But really, I love those cripples. I love the cripples, and if you don't believe me, you can smell my fingers.
Sam, you rejected the old school of comedy, the Jerry Lewis school of comedy, right?
I reject the idea that this guy was actually raising money for handicapped kids. I don't even think they were kids. I think
Who else is going to do it?
What do you think they were, Sam?
I think they were drunk midgets.
You don't even believe that they were real. But you are not a fan of Jerry's either.
No, I think we should cut the brakes on their wheelchairs and let them slide into a gas truck. Oh!
I'm very uncomfortable with the puppet that you have in the studio.
All right, listen.
But if he's available, I would like him to join Maureen McGovern, Nell Carter, Ben Vereen, Kathy Rigby, Mariette Hartley, Norm Crosby, and the great Statler brothers this year at my Labor Day telethon.
Hey, Jerry.
Wow, what a lineup.
Yes.
Those are my friends.
Sam wants to ask you a question. Go ahead.
Jerry, I'd like to take your kids golfing down here in hell. What's their handicap?
All right, thank you very much.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Can I please tell a joke to try to redeem this?
All right, go ahead. One joke from Jerry Lewis, and that's it. One joke.
Did you hear about the baby that was born without eyelids?
No.
They circumcised him and used his foreskin to make new ones, and now the kid walks around cockeyed.
All right, thank you, Jerry. That's Jerry Lewis.
Oh, what a dick.
And here's Jerry to sing.
Through a storm, keep your chin up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end,
Serious, Jerry. Everybody loves it. I don't know. That was obviously not Jerry, but...
Somebody doing a very good impression.
Right. Yeah, pretty damn good, right?
But it is Kinison.
Kinison is here with us, by the way.
Oh, that's the real Kinison.
Yeah, Kinison, where have you been? The staging of your own death was brilliant.
I know. It was 9 years ago, and I didn't want to come back. I was going to wait for the right time until I saw that piece of crap E special he did about me, and I said, wait a second. You can't put a fat guy in a suit and just make a show? What kind of crap is this?
That upset you, the E special, huh?
Of course.
Yeah.
Not as much as, Zimmerman is... This guy's pretty suicidal. I'm looking at this guy. I think Jerry Lewis sent him over the edge.
Hey, Ron, you're not trying to kill yourself, are you?
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Cross over to the dark side, Ron. Come join me.
Where's your brother, Sam? I like your brother.
Actually, Ron has a great story.
Run-in with Sam.
Ron was, what was that? You know that TV show that you did, Sam, where you played a little midget on the arm, on the shoulder of
Tim Matheson.
Tim Matheson. You remember that?
Yeah, that's right. That was the Fox show.
Right, the Fox show.
Yeah.
And Ron was a writer on that.
Is that right?
And then you stormed into Ron's office. Ron, tell the story.
He comes in. You came in my office, and we had hired Bill Maher to be on the show. And you came in my office because your idiot brother, Bill, is he still alive?
Oh, Bill is. Yeah, Bill's a good friend of ours.
Too bad he's still alive. Anyway, he came in with Sam. He had told Sam he's trying to take over the show, so he told Sam that me and Bill were homosexual lovers, and that I had brought him in to replace Sam on the show. So Sam came in with his idiot brother, Bill, and a bodyguard, and they threw me down the floor and started beating my ass. And every Jewish writer in the building cleared out. As soon as they saw me coming in, they just left me there to die.
Did you take a really good beating?
Yeah.
Were you in the hospital?
Were you hit in the face? Did Sam hit you? Because that's an honor to be hit by Sam in the face.
He was trying to hit me, and I like squealed out from under him and stuff. But he was terrifying. Plus, he was packing.
Oh, my.
Sam was packing? Sam, were you packing that day?
Yeah, well, hey, man, you got to protect yourself, man.
Yeah, from all the riders.
From all the Jewish riders.
He had a gun. He had one of those ankle holster things.
Oh, no. Sam could never have reached that.
Well, I don't know if he could reach it, but he had it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you didn't write him out of the show.
That's no threat.
Nobody was trying to write him out of the show. And then his stupid, idiot, ignorant brother was barring the door. And I got out of there because I said, Bill, admit that you're trying to take over the show. And Sam had like just enough reason left where he goes, is that true? Sam, didn't you say, like, you asked your brother if that was true?
Yeah, that's true, but, you know, I mean, you're talking about my brother here.
Right, but then your brother said,
my brother's name in vain.
Your brother said, well, kinda, Sam. And then Sam just went, well, this is a big waste of time, and he walked out.
After he beat you.
Yeah, after he beat me.
Never apologized.
No.
How badly injured were you?
Next time I saw him, he was dead.
Oh.
Really? Yeah. Is that true? That was the last time, and that was right before he died?
That was like 2 months before he died.
Wow.
And we were friends. We were good. I was hired because we had used to be friends.
Wow.
Well, why did he go for the homosexual story so easily?
Because look at Ron.
His brother was feeding
Obviously,
him so many drugs.
Right. John, please.
He didn't
Chauncey,
need any help.
Chauncey, you're on the air.
No,
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
Yeah.
It is an honor to get beat up by Sam Kinison. I got my ass kicked by him once, too.
Really?
Do you remember the first time, Howard, I ever spoke to you on the air was because Sam Kinison kicked my ass at Rascals?
Yeah, why did he kick your ass? Sam, why did you kick Chauncey's ass? Do you remember?
Listen to him. He deserves it. Every one of these bastards deserve it. You should be an honor to take a beating from me, you pussies.
Chauncey, why did Sam beat you?
His brother Bill
was
backstage at Rascals, and he took out an old article I'd written about one of Sam's shows where Sam totally bombed. I think it was coked up. He walked off the stage after 10 minutes.
That was Westbury Music Fair.
No, it was a place called The Loft in Rockland County.
Yeah,
He walked off the stage all the time.
A couple of times you were coked
Yeah,
up?
I think there was more than one occasion.
Yeah.
And so I wrote about it. 6 months later, his brother Bill breaks out the issue of his back pocket and says, "Is your name Chauncey Hayden?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You wrote this piece of crap?" And right at that point, Sam Kinison, who's standing behind Bill, hears what's going on, races through the hallway, and just pounces on me, smashes my camera, breaks my recorder.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. He used to have this big Amazon bodyguard. They used to follow him around.
Well, wait a second. You're about to witness a reunion between Sam, do you remember a girl? I'm going to try and refresh your memory, Sam.
All right, let me see if I can. Let me put down the bottle.
All right. Do you remember a girl you met on this show?
All right.
And when you met her, the two of you were lovers for a while. In fact, you even fell asleep while making love to her. On our phone for a reunion right now is Jessica Hahn.
Hi, Jessica.
Honey, I woke up and I was crying. I thought it was a dream.
No, Sam's back. He never died.
Here. I was so sad. I missed that voice.
Jessica, you two had some pretty torrid moments.
Fun times.
You had fun times, but also horrible times. I mean, when he made fun of your mother that died. And
Yeah, but I made fun of him, too.
yeah, and then, of course, when he fell asleep while making love to you, I know you were offended by that.
Oh, God, he was so heavy to lift off.
But to me, Sam, the greatest story was when
But
you were...
I love him.
Sam, you were high as a kite, and you took Jessica back to the hotel. And I remember...
I know what you're going to say.
Do you remember the story? Go ahead, Sam. Tell the story.
You're not going to tell the story about how I lost control.
Bowel control. Yeah, remember, Jessica?
Yeah,
you were in bed with Sam.
And I was living at the Marquee, and he came to me because he wanted to get away from everybody, like his mom and everybody.
And Ron Zimmerman, too.
And probably his brother and everybody.
Right. Ron's real cool.
Yes.
But, so anyway, we ran up to my room, and he announced to everybody at the Marquee that he was with me. He just screamed. He goes, "I'm with Gaston." And then he had a bottle of wine in a bag and his long black coat and his hat. And he went upstairs, and he opened the refrigerator to go to the bathroom first.
Right.
To, like,
He wasn't trying to be funny. He didn't realize.
He just didn't know.
He had been up for like 3 days. And then he just, I pointed him to the bathroom, and he locked himself in the bathroom. And, oh, God, I could not get the door open. And I begged and I cried. And when I opened it, he had just gone.
All over the floor.
And I had to run down the hallways and get the maid's towels and Windex and clean it. and throw it in front of somebody else's room.
And that's a good surprise for me, too. Hey, we got a Kinison cleanup in room 314.
Well, Jessica, you were afraid the Inquirer would get a hold of the fouled...
I didn't want anybody to know until he made a remark about my mom, and then we had a war. But before that, I didn't want him to... God, no. Yeah.
Jessica, to avoid the paparazzi, he took the towels that she used to clean up Sam's movement.
The paper that day.
Nothing says love like that.
Let me tell you something. If you don't think...
You want to marry?
Let me tell you, yes. If you...
I was on my hands and knees scrubbing up his...
Cleaning up his cocky dude.
I love that she got Windex.
Yeah.
I got wind and she got Windex.
Is Windex for cleaning up poopy?
Get cleans deep in the corner.
Yeah, Jessica, why...
Shines up that poop.
Jessica, why Windex?
Because I ran to the maid's closet, and that's all I saw, and I grabbed bottles of it.
Right.
You think it's going to air as a commercial on network next week? I'm Jessica Hahn. And
the whole place, but he did not wake up. Honey, you didn't wake up for like 2-3 days.
Sam, you loved her, though, in some level, didn't you?
I loved her as much as I loved my Blow. She was a great woman.
You love Blow and you love her.
Well,
I did.
Let me tell you, that's
Jessica,
a compliment.
In fact, I made a pretty bad mess here at K-Rock. If you want to come over and clean up for me.
I'll do anything for you.
Yes.
You fly in for me, sweetie?
What? I miss you. How's hell?
Oh, God, it's been great.
Yeah?
You know, I think that me and you and Farley could have a little bit of a party if you want to come down here.
Oh, honey, I don't know if I'm going to be down there, but wherever I don't know.
Well, Jessica, it's beautiful walking down memory lane. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, and just that I really almost cried.
I know. It's very touching tribute.
It really is, and I'll always clean up your duty.
Well, that is the most romantic thing I've ever heard. Let me tell you something.
Coming back. It's worth coming back.
I don't know many women who would clean up a guy's duty for him, and I'm serious about that. I think you're very loyal. Thank you, Jessica.
I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Of course you love her.
Yes, of course. Jeff, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Morning, Sam.
Hey, what's going on, Jeff?
And Myra here.
How you doing?
Hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know what's going on with your career.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I've been out of the loop for a couple years.
Yeah, I hear you're in a movie.
Yeah?
I hear there's a movie being made about you.
Yeah, there's actually a movie in production. I think Bill Kinison is actually overseeing it.
Yeah, I talked to your brother.
Will they include the Ron Zimmerman beat-up scene?
No, you know what? Bill Kinison changed it to Bill Maher in his book. He made Bill Maher the person that
got beaten.
Yes.
Oh, well, you know, actually, the name of the movie is F. Ron Zimmerman.
Really?
Oh, it's going to be huge. Opening weekend's going to be huge.
Yeah, like millions.
Yeah, what's going on?
Your niece also has a soap opera.
All
Really?
right. All right. Thank you. That's so fascinating, walking down memory lane.
Well, this guy really needs to talk to Sam.
Yeah. Hey, Roger Ebert and Richard Roeper are going to be in next. They're going to talk about some good movies that are coming out.
Really?
You still coming from?
See, that's all I care about, because Jerry Lewis can raise $56 million all he wants, which was the amount of money he raised, something like that. But Jerry Lewis, man, he must be really ill, man. His head is the size of Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Anybody tune this thing in? You know,
I thought I was watching the WB, and he was on Channel 9.
I thought it was one of those things Buffy the Vampire slays. And it's a real scary telethon. You know how the telethon was always scary? Now it's so scary because Ed McMahon, I guess Ed's dieting, so he's all shriveled up and shrunk.
He looks like a skeleton.
And Jerry's shaking now, and big fat head and the turkey neck and the...
I call it bullfrog neck because it's not even like hanging. It's big and, it looks like he's storing something in there.
Well, squirrel nuts. But Jerry Lewis was holding up pretty good, you got to admit, for like a 70-year-old dude. He was looking pretty good for a while, but now it's pretty scary.
It's happening.
Yeah. I mean, then he sang the song at the end. I think, and you know how he starts crying during You'll Never Walk Alone? Well, I think he's crying for himself. I mean, honestly. Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with kids. The guy's 100 years old. What a scary telethon. Yeah, I'll give you a little of Jerry singing.
Well, I was tempted to call in so they could find out what's wrong with Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's got an illness. I want to sing Your Kids Will Never Walk at All.
Oh.
I mean, unless you have stem cell research.
Well, I don't know if they mentioned that during the whole telethon.
And I'm sure that all of you people at home have got to have a wonderful feeling for being responsible for that number.
That 56 million?
We ought to be able to cure everything.
Yeah. Give it to me. I'll find a cure.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for being there and helping us do this.
Lee's like, you know what? I'm a professional musician. I got to now play music. Lee would be like, what? Lee. By the way, the guy's name is Bob. Lee, I have a giant head. Lee, my head is 5 times the size of normal human beings.
When you walk through a storm,
change songs.
Your head up high.
Your big head up high.
That's a hard thing to do when you got Jerry Lewis.
Of the dark.
When you have a giant head.
At the end of the storm is a golden sky. And the sweet...
I'd like to think that Jerry's doing this because he loves people, but I'm thinking he's doing it just because he likes to be on TV, and it's the only thing left for him. No offense. And the other thing is they use that Jerry Lewis insignia, the one with him with the skinny Jerry when he was like 18 years old.
Right, he's still Jerry from when he used to work with Dean Martin on the logo.
Yeah, I think they got to update that.
Silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind.
This has got to be the last
Walk
year.
on.
Come on.
Through the rain.
I think he died 2 years ago. They just prop him up.
This is on computer.
Though your dreams be tossed and blown, walk on, walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never...
You know what I think about? I see Ed McMahon and Jerry Lewis, and they look like two cadavers. And I'm thinking about, you know, they both have like young kids at home, like 6-year-olds or something.
Yeah.
What are when those kids see Dad? I mean, he's like the crypt keeper.
Oof.
Like, that ain't right. That's got to be scary.
I would think so.
Come here, son.
You know, they go to another person's house and they go, how come your dad's not scary?
Yeah. How come your dad can still, like, function?
How come your dad doesn't shake?
Walk alone. You will never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you will never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for that great song.
How come your dad always cries?
Why is your dad crying every 5 minutes?
Dad, a big pussy.
It's too much. I love it.
Wow.
So, oh man, so much happened while we were gone. So much happened. I don't even know where. I got to play a tape of Gary Garver interviewed Steven Seagal. It's so funny. I'm going to play it for you later in the show.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing. So, while we were gone, let me take a few phone calls, I promise, and I'm running out of time. And I'll tell you some other stuff that happened while we were gone. Terry, go ahead. You're on the air. Terry?
Hello?
Are you Terry?
No, I'm not. I'm George.
All right, George. I don't want to talk to you then. Big Kahuna, you're on the air. Big Kahuna?
Yes.
You're on the air.
Good morning, Howard. Mega Dega.
Okay, what can we do for you, Big Kahuna?
We happened to see Baba Booey down in Atlantic City last Saturday.
Yeah.
Chomping on some shrimp.
Oh, you're a lucky man. Anybody who gets to see Gary wrestle a shrimp with those teeth.
That's a great show.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, I was sitting quite a distance at a table playing roulette, and here comes Gary strolling. Now, I saw him from about 100 yards away. You could see the walk and the teeth.
Right.
I gave him a holler. Believe it or not, I couldn't even remember his name. I had to call him Baba Booey. But he was a perfect gentleman.
All right.
Took my hand.
Yep.
Said hello. Told me he was going to get me on the show one of these days.
Yeah.
There you go. You're on the show.
You're on the show. You got you on. He's a man of his word.
I had to give a call in, so
That's a weird thing. I always run into guys and they always go to me, "Hey Howard, when are you going to put me on the show?"
Yeah, put me on the show.
And you know what I always go? I always go, "Hey, we'll get you on there." I always say that. I don't know why. Well, what am I going to do?
Because I'm always wondering how they want to be on the show.
I know. I don't stop. I don't want to know. So I just go, "Yeah, we'll get you on there." I got a feeling Gary's doing the same move.
he sat down at the table playing blackjack with his buddy, like 2 tables over from me.
Yeah.
And he was like squeaking into his pocket to play $5 tables.
You couldn't even play for watching him, huh?
Yeah, he ruined your night.
No. It was total entertainment. So then he was, he wasn't really getting noticed. He was hiding there. He had his black Pumas on with a black Converse T-shirt.
That's his outfit. Like, you know how Mariah Carey always wears, like, belly shirts? Gary always wears his black Pumas.
He's a fashion statement.
With the white laces.
Well, he must not be paying him much, because he sat at that $5 table, I would say, for about a half hour. Then he moved along to another table, and then he disappeared. So,
I was Gary. I wouldn't go to Atlantic City, because you know everyone's watching you anyway.
Well, it's bad to sit at a $5 table.
Well, it's not that it's bad, but like this guy says, he's reaching into the pocket for every play. It's like...
No, he really wasn't getting noticed. He was
scraping the skin on his fingers when he gets into that pocket.
I don't know where the guy. I was in Atlantic City.
Right.
I did not have shrimp the whole weekend.
Right.
I don't know where he saw me eating shrimp.
Right.
I sat down at a table. I took out $100.
Yeah.
Got $5 chips, and I was playing like $20-25 a hand. But it sounds like this guy had, couldn't.
You played $25 a hand, and you had $100 worth of chips. So you had 4 hands to play.
No. I started out with $100.
Right.
And I started. You play like it's a $10 table. I started
Gary,
out.
you shook my hand.
Like
you was $2 tables down from me.
I was up like $500. So when I was up, I started playing, $25 a hand.
All right, there you go. You're playing with the house's money.
But
he's a high roller. What
Gary's a high roller. Why are you saying Gary's not a high roller? He's a high roller.
You know what? I got rated, and I'll tell you exactly what my rating was. I played an average of $23 a hand for 3 hours.
Oh, see there?
I'm not a big roller.
Wow, look at you.
It's medium.
Wow. You must be paying them too much.
Yeah, you're making too much money.
Go after the medium rollers, they'll be calling.
Exactly.
Gary, I caught you. You shook my hand as soon as you came down the aisle.
Gary got comped a French fry.
I got nothing. Exactly.
Right.
All the medium rollers are here to...
They clocked me at $23 an hour.
He was such a high roller. He was there for I would say a half hour. And he came back, he had a white shirt on. He had to change his shirt. He was sweating so bad playing up.
Did you wear your Pumas?
Yeah, I wore my Pumas.
Let me see. What laces you got?
Today I'm wearing Converse.
Nice.
And then you had to change your shirt, right? After about a half hour.
I don't remember changing my shirt.
Probably did.
You had a white shirt on at the end.
And then, Howard, all I did was go to Atlantic City and sit at a blackjack table. I didn't bother anyone.
All right.
No, he was good. He was very good. Gary, I'm picking up for you.
All right, so there we go.
But we did discover why everybody calls you Baba Booey. They can't remember your name.
No, you know what? The thing that gets you crazy now is people like sitting down in Atlantic City and they snap their fingers. They go, hey, yo,
come on over.
Come over here. And I go, no.
Right.
I went out I was over vacation. I went to a restaurant. To some dude sitting there, and I'm walking by, and he goes, Howard Stern. I go, oh, hi. I always say hi.
Yeah.
Guy goes, starts waving his finger, come over to the table.
Here.
I said, in a minute. I walk away, and I never went over there. I'm not going over there.
Why do people do that?
I don't know.
You've got to come over to them.
I didn't come out to go to your table, you wacko.
Usually it's a really big fat guy, and I just think that they can't get up.
Move.
I think it's a big fat guy who wants to impress his girlfriend that he can get you to come over to the table. Hey, you're on the air. This is...
Marauderz.
What do you like about him?
Nothing. Everything.
And like I say, my neighbor, you got some big testicles to pull this off, bro. You see coming from?
Walk me through again what happened this afternoon. You heard screaming.
Heard screaming. I meet my McDonald's. I come outside. It didn't register. You know what I mean? I said. So they went up there. 30, 40 deep, and when they came out was just astonishing, because I thought they were going to come up with nothing. You see where I'm coming from? Because we see this dude every day. I mean, every day.
How long have you lived here?
I've been here a year.
Okay.
You see where I'm coming from? Right. I barbecue with this dude. We eat ribs and whatnot, and listen to salsa music. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. And you had no indication that there was anything going on?
Bro, not a clue. It didn't register. You know what I mean? Because how he is is he just comes out to his backyard, plays with the dogs, tinker with his cars and motorcycles, goes back in the house. So he's somebody that you look away because he's not doing nothing but the average stuff. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing exciting about him. Well, until the day.
What was the reaction on the girls' faces? I can't imagine to see the sunlight, to be around people.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much for your time. And
either she homeless or she got problems. That's the only reason why she run into a black man.
Charles, thank you for being there, man. Charles Ramsey.
Milk Crate Marauder is the shit.
It didn't register. You see where I'm coming from? And listen to salsa music. You see where I'm coming from? You know what I mean?